What is going on, people? It's your boy Old Styles in the building. Today I'm joined by a very special guest. It's my guy El Selector. El Selector, tell them what's going on, man. Let them know.
Yo, what's going on, bro? El Selector back at it again.
Right.
Been a while, but got some new topics to talk about, and I'm here to feature. So salute to my guy Omari for having me in here.
Let's get it, man. Let's get it, man. So yeah, El Selector, man. Let the people know what your page, what your channel's all about, man. Let them know where
You
to
already know
find
what
you.
it is. El
Yeah.
Selector, lifestyle and finance, and then El Selector on YouTube. Check me out. Got new content coming out very shortly.
Yo, funny thing is, I just heard El Selector in a live stream just now battling with like a bunch of guys, man. A bunch of guys talking
You
about
already know.
basketball.
You already
That was
know.
an intense stream, man. Honestly, some Spanish, Haitian guys or whatever.
Yep.
Man,
Shouts,
they're talking
shouts.
down on the Raptors. Yo, this
Oh
guy
yeah,
was defending them.
definitely,
Jeez, bro, that was a sick one. That was
definitely,
a sick one, bro. Hopefully, we can
definitely,
get something like
definitely,
that going on our end, man. Honestly, that was dope.
definitely, definitely, definitely,
But
definitely.
yeah, staying on topic, man. Man, had to report on it, right? This one is crazy. And we have some other things to talk about, but first and foremost, man, this is wild, bro. Yo, like tell the people what's going on with this lady, and then we can talk about our experience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, definitely. Former, we'll say, social media, uh, in 2000, anyone coming up in around the 2009 to 2012 area, World Star Hip Hop days. Just people from that time frame will remember this girl, this individual right here, Miss the one, the only Cabana Lust. She's back in the headlines again, but for all the wrong reasons. So we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah, man. Unfortunate series of events. But I mean, start with the good times, man. Do you remember, or maybe you can break down when this individual, Cubana Lust, came to our city where we're from, and
Definitely,
we've seen her. I don't know, you might have a clearer memory than me, but I do
definitely, definitely,
vividly kind of remember the
definitely,
heyday.
definitely. Yeah, she actually used to do a lot of club appearances. Out all over, basically all over the Americas, especially North America. If you're from North America, you might have seen her come through your city and basically around that time frame from '09 to '12 and host events from nightclubs to strip clubs, etc. The nightlife. Um, this is the kind of woman you would see. She would host events. They'd book her promoters to come and host your parties or etc. So yeah, definitely she was very popular during that time frame. Um, definitely very popular
Yeah,
during that time frame.
very very popular. I mean, she was probably one of the first, quote unquote, of the, I guess, the new era of like video vixens after I guess she ushered in a new wave, because at one point it was like Melissa Ford, it was Vita Guerrera, it was those people.
Buffy the Body.
Buffy the Body. She was, I guess she was kind of part of that Buffy the Body,
Yeah, she was from that
right?
era too, that
She's
time
from
frame
that
as well.
era. So if you're
Yeah.
from that era, then you know who this is.
hmm
Um, I guess she would be probably what, in her early 30s right now. Cubana
Yeah.
Lust,
Yeah. Yeah.
man. So yeah, go like let them know. Like didn't she came to our city that we're located in? I think it
Yeah, yeah.
was,
She pulled up. She
yeah.
pulled up here. I think she pulled up several events. We ended up seeing her. We've seen her at one event. We actually happened to see her at one event where she came through or whatever the case may be. She hosted. We didn't. I think we saw her after. We seen her after the event or whatever. I didn't. Wasn't at the event itself, so I'm not gonna sit down here and pretend like, yeah, I was at the party. It was after the party. We happened to be attending a little bit late, and she ended up pulling up into the event. which was cool. We pulled up late, so the event was ending, and we happened to see her outside, and she was outside, and a lot of people were hollering at her. There was a lot of guys at the event, leaving the event trying to get with her, or trying to get her number, or trying to go back to the wherever she was staying, or bring her to wherever they were staying. So she was the center of attention. A lot of the women were staring at her. She was
She
she
made a
was
scene for sure.
she
I
made a
remember that.
scene.
I remember
Yeah,
she was in like a big body SUV, like a black SUV,
going
and I
to
think
it, going to the SUV.
yeah, yeah, she was sorry going to the SUV, and I think one of our friends who was with us
Yeah,
actually walked up to her and held a brief conversation with her. And I think
yeah,
when she actually got into the car, I think I might have said something to her or something like that. And
yeah,
I remember she had like a really thick, like Spanish accent. I remember that. And I think she like laughed or she smiled or something when I said something to her. So I mean, she was a very sociable, personable, popular person back in those times. And this is like the beginning. This is like the world star hip hop era.
yeah,
This is like a different time. There's no real it wasn't social media wasn't really that humongous like it is now. It was like a little
yeah,
bit before that. Before
yeah,
that. Like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So yeah,
She was coming in when the social media era was starting to be ushering in. So she was
yeah.
kind of like the one of the first, or one of the, I wouldn't say the pioneers, but she was ushering in during that time frame when social media started to become more prevalent. So this is around the time with like World Star Hip Hop. Twitter started to be more popular at that time. Instagram was just coming in around that time frame when she was at her height. So she would have been one of the more popular Instagram models or whatever. And she was really popping. She was really, and give credit to her. She knew how to work the internet, and she used a lot of her internet fame. She was also in a lot of magazines as well. So like some of the, rest in peace, the late great K Slade, and Black Man magazine, and Smooth, and a lot of these other magazines that were out at that time. So she was in a lot of that too. She was in a lot of hip hop videos like Gucci Man, flipping Travis Porter. What else? She was in a lot of these videos, man. She was in a lot of these videos. She was also a stripper as well, so she was obviously making money from the strip club as well. And she was also one of the world star hip hop models. So a lot of girls would be strippers, or regular girls be wanting to be on world star hip hop, to use that to get build their social media platform. So maybe if they were on Twitter or Instagram, they could get more followers for that. So she was one of like the first girls to like actually be like dancing on that platform, or whatever the case may be, and it was helping her get a lot of club appearances and a lot of dollars, etc. You know what I mean?
Yeah, didn't they have something like I forget what they used to call it. There's like a particular segment where they would shoot like a little, soft core like a soft
Yeah, it
core
was like a stripper segment,
yeah, like a
basically.
shipper segment on World Star, and
Hmm.
I remember back in those days that hers was probably like one of the top, not even probably hers was like the top one, what I mean? So
Yeah,
she would be getting like millions of views off of like a little mini minute and a half, 2 minute scene of her just looking all like sexy and stuff like that, and that would translate into like more bookings and more video appearances and more strip club appearances and she was really maximizing her relationships, right? Because I think she was linked to what French Montana as well too. A bunch of rappers from all across Rick Ross. Um, yeah, they were mentioning her in her songs or in their songs. Drake maybe had a couple bars for her back in those days as well. She was really popular, and guys, just like the video, man. Like the video, subscribe to our channels, man. Giving you guys some insight on this particular situation, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and so yeah. What about her connection with was it was it Q from World Star, or do you want to go there with
yeah,
it?
yeah. I think
Yeah,
she was being managed by Q from World Star Hip Hop,
yeah.
according
R.I.P.
to according to her. She was being managed by Q. For those who don't know, World Star Hip Hop is still around. I don't know people. I don't know if people still go on. I don't know how influential it is anymore. I don't really use that platform. I haven't really been on. I don't really been on there. I just kind of took a look at it just recently, just kind of a few minutes ago, just to kind of see if it's up. But I know she was basically being managed by Q from World Star Hip Hop at the time, and then from what her just from this is from what she states. We don't know how accurate this is. We don't want to sit down here and say, "Oh, this happened or that happened." But allegedly from her that her and Q had a falling out, and Q is I don't know. She stopped working with Q World Star Hip Hop or whatever the case may be, but they were managing at one point, and we'll leave it at that. Basically, from what we know.
Man, it's really it's a spiral. So from there she was what had some controversial remarks regarding him about him not paying
Yeah,
her, some stuff like that.
according to her,
According
but
to her,
we'll just leave it at that. We
we'll
don't know
just
how
leave it at
accurate.
that. We
Yeah,
don't
we
know.
don't. We don't know. We don't know. These people they say one thing, could be something else. We'll never know. But
Yeah, and then I mean, one last thing before we talk about the spiral. She was Cuban, Afro-Cuban as well too, and she's what from
yeah,
Miami, so
yeah, Little Havana.
Little Havana. So she was just like kind of like rare. Like you don't really see women like that come up. You know what I mean? So
If you're from unless you're from that area
unless
over
you're
there, you
from that area, but
yeah
for them
from
to
over there.
get to that, I guess like level
Yeah,
of like socialite status like that, I think after her, I can't even remember any. You know what I mean? Any like anybody really like what was the
yeah.
I forget the other girl's name with the green eyes over there, the with the afro.
No,
Forget
not
her
too
name.
sure.
Yeah, I can't remember her name off the top, but she was like the only one since her. But
Hmm.
yeah, so what about the spiral? What about what happened? Like how did she turn into this? Like do you want to play the video? Let's play the video for a second and
Fair
you know what I
use
mean?
for you guys, by the way.
Fair use. Fair use. Fair use.
Can't make this up, man. Unfortunately, yes, that's the same woman. If you know, you know. Let's get into it. Latest mugshot, a former internet model.
Is it echoing or is it playing just
Stay
one?
straight. It's good. It's good.
Okay.
Cubana Lust services. And the report says, times have been hard for Cubana Lust, real name Yolanda, who was one of the first Instagram models before it was a viable career option for many. However, let's get into it. This was Cubana Lust, hottest on the scene, right before Instagram models was a thing. Shine clearly, before the OnlyFans era, when there was World Star Eye Candy.
Yeah.
On God, it's a fact. Single-handedly put World Star on the map. That's when the owner Q flourished ridiculously, which led to Cubanas emerge in the industry. Straight lit, truly. Starred in videos with Game, French, Gucci. Back in their
Yeah.
prime, true baddie dream. Cover of Black Men, smooth magazines. But it ain't smooth as it seems. This industry rough, cruel, bad, obscene. Facts heartless. Under that red lipstick, soon grew black hearted. Clubbing every night, play the pole. But clubbing every night, take a toll. Age that had a breaking down, crumbling. Meanwhile, competition coming in. The Benices, the Miracles, Lyra. No matter how thick you are, competition is thicker. Now the pressure is up, get impatient. Next up, adult entertainment. Laws finding her stride. World stars Q, untimely demise. You know where it's going clearly. From eye candy to nose candy. Everything just stops. From bad as a mug shots. See on her face to destruct. Vanity's a dangerous drug. From Hyman's Park at about Felicia to Holly Berry and Jungle Fever. In too deep, almost the same as the lady he asked, who's God in the rain? Pain, hurt, it's ill life. Cause now this is her, real life. Proof that everything that she lusted was just an illusion with no substance. Like a trick to the optics. To the young girls that watch this industry devouring woman, be a lawyer, doctor, accountant, or something. And to Cabana, real name Yolanda, I pray for her healing and light to guide her. Never too late to get a blessing. And to them young girls, take this as a lesson.
Shouts to Cash Flow Harlem, man.
Turn them notifications on. Share this, man. Speaking truth to power. If I could save one of them little girls out there, mission accomplished. Love.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh my days, bro.
So yeah, for those who don't know what cash flow is talking about, because we got to get right into it. Basically, it's been report. Cabana Lust has been arrested for drug possession in the South Florida area over there. So
Yeah.
basically, and when they arrested her, a lot of people started looking at her like, because a lot of people hadn't seen her in so many years. Still, a lot of girls come and go, they disappear. A lot of times, some of these girls go and start their own lives or start new things and do other things with their lives. So then, basically, it was reported that she ended up getting arrested for drug possessions. Well, when arrested, a lot of people notice how her appearance looks like she doesn't look the same anymore and stuff like that. So it looks like she's been going through a lot of hard times. And basically, it's been reported that there's been reports coming out that she is on drugs, and basically, you could. She's basically been on drugs. She's not the same anymore, and a lot of people are just shocked at the fact that she is starting to. Basically, she basically looks like that now. You know what I mean? Like her appearance change. Very beautiful woman, very gorgeous woman. We're not making fun of her or anything like that. But we're just letting guys know,
Mm-mm.
like people know that this is pretty crazy. It's unfortunate how life can take a turn for the worse. You know what I mean? So, what's your take on that?
No, you're absolutely right in terms of life taking a turn. I mean, who would have thunk this like 10 years ago that she'd be looking like this? That's crazy. Like she's actually 38 years old. If I mean
38.
if this is accurate, I mean I'm seeing
Wow,
something
she's
here
that
that says
old.
she's 38 years old.
Oh, wow, she's that old. I thought she was younger than that.
This is what the mugshot I'm seeing here.
Yeah, they're
I read
reporting that she's born in
38,
1937 or 1985.
85. It says
Wow.
here 83, August the 3rd, 83.
Okay.
Who
I'm
knows,
not too
man? But
sure. Who knows?
nonetheless, what I'm seeing here is just somebody like broken, man. Like she's a shell of herself. She looks completely different. Like, wow, her hair, it looks like unkept. She lost a lot of weight. She has some new noticeable tattoos. Like, this looks like a completely different person. She doesn't even look like she's 38. She looks at least like maybe like 58. So, drugs, kids, young, old, men, women, children, whoever, man, just stay away, man. Stay away, man. It's not worth it, man. Jeez. Jeez Louise.
Yeah, I agree. People try to shy away from them drugs. You know what I mean? Drugs are very deadly. I've been an advocate for telling people to shy away from drugs and just try to protect yourself because drugs can turn your life upside down, and that's just proof in the pudding right here.
Spooky, man. Look at that. Totally different. She had the world eating out of her hand. Like Cashflow Harlem said. Joel Santana, Lloyd Banks, French Montana, Gucci Man, all these guys in their videos, the game, all of them. Drake, Q from World Star. And now look at her. She doesn't even look like she's there. She looks like she's a lost soul at this point. So sad, very sad, very unfortunate situation.
Yeah,
Hopefully, she gets some
definitely.
help. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
honestly, hopefully she definitely does get some help. And this is just a cautionary tale. People, I understand. Like today, you could be on top. Try to take care of yourself. Get a skill. Don't just rely on modeling and stripping, and think you're good. Use some of that dollars and invest in other things. Try to secure your future because this modeling thing, Hollywood and the lifestyle and entertainment industry. You know what I mean? They suck. They choose you up, sucks you up. And at the end of the day, I don't know. We don't know exactly what happened with her, but one thing we could say is, um, just try to stay away from them drugs, yo. I mean, them drugs play a huge part. I know when you get into the entertainment industry, the alcohol, the drugs, the lifestyle, they come and they basically take over people. You see what I'm saying? That's how they get people that's how they get them when they come into this lifestyle, the entertainment industry and the celebrity lifestyle. You know what I mean? It can happen with anyone. It's not a racial thing. It happens with everywhere. You hear these stories all the time. They've been happening for over the last freaking, even before we were born, the last 100 years, and they're going to continue to keep happening. But people need to understand that, this thing is only temporary. You know what I mean? So be careful out here,
This thing is only temporary. I agree. I agree. This thing is only temporary, so you can't always satisfy the flesh, man. You gotta satisfy your spirit, man. Because, man, like her just trying to chase that high or chase that, you know what I mean? Like you're just losing yourself, just losing
Definitely.
and spiraling, and now like, does she have kids? Like,
Who knows, bro?
you know what I
Who
mean? Does she have
knows?
children? Like, goodness gracious, imagine if her children, you know what I mean, have to see her mom just kind of going through that, man. Shouts to Redbone 88. Salute to Redbone 88 in the building. It's not worth it. Get used and threw away. Exactly. You get used, abused, and threw away. Shouts to Redbone 88. I pray she can bounce back. I agree as well too. Definitely
Definitely.
gonna keep her. We shall keep her in our thoughts and
Yeah,
prayers that she
yeah,
bounces back. Amen. Oh, well said, Redbone 88. If you're new to the channel, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Old styles, L selectors in the building, talk about all types of different topics. And tonight we're just talking about Cubana Lust, man.
yeah.
The link is there if you ever want to jump in. And yeah, man, it's
It's
crazy,
crazy.
man.
It's
Very
crazy, yo.
crazy.
And
Yeah.
a lot of I just like honestly, a lot of young girls they gotta look at this as like a cautionary tale, man, and understand that like, the industry is like this industry is crazy, man. Honestly, because this girl was once on top of the world. You see what I'm saying? You feel me? This girl was once on top of the world, so it's just like she was the hottest thing. So people need to realize, like this fame is only temporary. So like, just and people, be respectful to the girl. Like, what I mean, I know we heard stories. We've heard a lot of things about her in the South Florida area and stuff that she's going through. But we're not going to sit out here and make fun of her about it and stuff like that. But
Nah,
just understand that, this industry is dangerous, yo. It's very,
very.
very dangerous. Very dangerous. Today, like Redbone says, you know what I mean? It's not worth it. Get used and threw away, bro. And that's basically what happened with her, yo. They used her up and they threw her away, yo. And the drugs probably took over her life, yo. So that's just
Yeah,
what it
man.
is, yo. You know what I mean? Mug shots after mug shots, so you can tell she's
Yeah,
having a problem. Yeah,
yeah. No, you said it. Mugshot after mugshot. Like this is one. This is number two, and you can see it. This is 34, and then 37, and then 37 again, and then 38. So, I mean,
yeah, yeah. Some people reporting there's about 7 arrests from her.
wow.
Yeah, and a lot of people stated, from what I heard, a lot of people in that South Florida area, Broward, Little Havana, Miami, so Fort Lauderdale, they're saying it's not looking good for her, yo.
Wow. Hopefully she gets clean. She still has time to live a productive life in society and maybe teach somebody younger than her, inspire somebody to just do better. Just try to stay on the right path. Maybe she finds, I don't know, some type of spiritual awakening and just kind of gets off of that. Cause you hear that type of thing all the time. People, maybe some type of rehabilitation, maybe some intervention, maybe prayer,
Yeah,
something hopefully comes into her life, or someone or something comes in, some type of spirit comes into her life and uh, helps her in a positive way.
yeah, I agree with you, bro. Honestly, man, like
Because man, this is a fall, man. Like,
it's a fall, bro. Remember we saw her, bro.
yeah,
How she was looking freaking. She was in her prime when we saw her. This was years ago, man. I
yeah,
don't
she
know
was
what,
magnetic. Like
man.
everybody was just like drawing
Entourage.
to her. Yeah,
She was
like,
very bubbly, very
yep,
tall. She looked tall. She just looked like whoa. She was like a star. You could see like she looked like a star, bro.
yeah, she was smiling,
Yeah,
laughing.
yeah,
Just you can smell, like, I remember, like, I could smell the marijuana around her. It was like some primo stuff. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
she
from the
just
people
a whole
smoking,
vibe. Yeah,
the
people just
people
smoking
smoking
around
around
her.
her. Yeah, not her. No, we're not
Yeah,
saying she was smoking.
not her. I
Yeah.
just remember the aura basically of
Mhm.
like good smelling herbs around her, and like people were just drawn to her, calling her name, taking pictures. Like she was a star, man. She was a star. Yeah, man. World Star Honeys. She was all up in that, getting the
Yeah.
most views. You know,
Oh,
so
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely. Definitely. She was lit, yo. She was lit, yo. She was getting a lot of booking because I remember she got booked. I seen her at least. I seen get at least three bookings. Her 3 bookings over here where we live. So
yeah.
there's 3 different occasions where they booked her out here, just in our city alone. And she was out here, and every time the club was packed, people were lined up. People wanted to go party with her. So she was doing her thing, bro. Like she was doing her thing, man, for real. She was getting that. I don't know how much money she was making, but she was getting a little something. You know what I mean? She was definitely getting something.
And that was a time where I guess we used to jokingly say, anytime somebody would come to our city, they would like for lack of a better term, like hold them out. They would have them in like a club every single night, a day party, like every single day that they're here, man. No time to sleep, no time to do anything. And I mean, she was just being booked and she was getting paid and she was basically taking maximizing her time in the spotlight. And that's what you got to do. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with maximizing
Yeah,
your
definitely,
opportunity out here. You know what I
definitely,
mean? It's planet Earth, so you got to
definitely,
maximize your time, man. So,
definitely. There's a lot of people in the comment section. Maybe we should get to that.
okay.
Yeah.
Redbone 88 says, I just found out about another video vixen, Susie Perez. She's homeless now. Okay.
Jeez.
Yeah, we can look into that too. That's wild, man. Like, what is going on lately? Just, oh my days, man. That sounds
Hmm.
familiar too. Susie Perez. We have to look into that, man. Holy. Rocksteady is crying, laughing. No, that's a cry emoji. Yeah, it's sad, man. Rocksteady knows that's sad, man. Have you heard
Listen,
of Susie Perez?
no, I never heard of. Probably before my time. I don't know. I never heard of her before, bro.
Really? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, some of
Yeah,
these
she can
vixens.
get clean. Sorry, go on. What were you saying?
Yeah, some of these vixens, but there were so many of them, bro. I couldn't keep up with all.
Yeah,
Bro.
there have been a lot over the years.
Yeah,
But her,
yeah,
she really stands out, man.
yeah. She
She can
stood out.
get clean. I've seen people go to rehab and get healthy again. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I hope she does. Hopefully she does, and she teaches people
Yo,
to do better for themselves, man. Because that's what else ultimately comes down to, man.
yeah,
Just to get healthy. That's the
yeah. I
main
hope
thing.
they and stay away from them temptations. Sometimes too. A lot of times, a lot of these people be in areas where it's just filled with temptations, bro. A lot of people in their ear. A lot of people trying to, you know what I mean. You know what I mean? Get in their ear
Yeah.
and tell them this and peer pressure them. Stay away from that. If you got a vice and you know the vice is holding you back, yo, the best thing you can do is stay away from that and the people trying to push you into that vice. Cause yo, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you guys something too. Like with her situation, I already heard about her arrest many years ago. So I was hearing about things like this like 5, 6 years ago. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, and I even seen one time I saw some stuff on her, and she wasn't looking like herself, and I didn't know what was going on, but I was just kind of like I saw it on Twitter because I'd be on Twitter and then I'd back then and I'd be seeing stuff, and then one day I saw some stuff on her, but I didn't know. I just kind of left it alone, and then I just seen this, and I was just like, man. So you already know, like a lot of times this doesn't happen overnight. Like sometimes it's a long process before it comes to this. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a long time coming, man, for sure.
Yeah. Hmm.
Rocksteady says, I'll never forget wild times changed. They really do. I agree with that 100%, Rocksteady. Times do change. I mean, I think you were there too back in. Yeah, I remember you were there when we all seen her. We all seen her that
Yeah,
day.
I think it was me and Snoop actually, just the three
Oh,
of us.
really? Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, I was in there, bro.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
man. That, yeah, Snoop walked up to her,
Mm.
and she held a brief conversation with him, smiled and all that. And I think when she got to the car, I think I might have said something to her, something, and she just smiled and laughed, and that was it. Everybody was they're very cordial, and just everybody had a good night that night. You know what I mean? Everyone got home safe, and everybody's good, man. Red 188 says Rocksteady, right? That's a distract change.
Yeah.
Crazy, man. Found out about her today. She danced with J Lo in a couple videos. Yeah, we're gonna look. Let's look. We're gonna look up Susie Perez, man. See what happened to her. There's been a lot of, I don't know, man. What the algorithm's been pushing on us, man. But a lot of, you're just hearing a lot of things in the last couple weeks about, like, just a lot of crazy stuff going on, man. We don't really want to get too deep
Yeah,
into some
man.
things that are going on, but
We gotta find out facts or
you
fiction,
know what
bro.
I mean? Facts
Yeah,
first. Some
yeah,
things are getting a little spooky out there, so you don't really want
yeah,
to talk about it too tough.
yeah.
But man, yeah, Susie Perez. Hopefully she can get clean. Man, Maya. There's another one. She used to be on that show. Man, I forget her name. She was on like Smart Guy or something like that. One of those TV shows, a dark skinned girl.
Mhm.
Hopefully she can get clean. But this one hit because we've seen her a couple times. She's right around. You know what I mean? She was around the way, doing well for herself, and just the spiral is crazy. You have to change your surroundings. I agree 100%, man. You
Yep.
have to be able to say no. I think the power of no sometimes is crazy. People are going to, might not agree with you, might think you're this, might think you're that, might have their opinions about you. But at the end of the day, it's about protecting yourself, protecting your sanity. Mental health is real. And this is a prime example of, yo, you got a little like static going on there.
Oh, okay.
You
Sorry about
good?
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But
yeah. I
yeah,
agree
no,
with
yeah,
you.
you have to change your surroundings. I agree with that, man. You have to change your surroundings, man.
No, I agree with you 100%. Yeah, changes. And also, yo, a lot of times, a lot of people got to leave these industries, man.
Yeah.
People want to be hanging around here and knowing that shit ain't good for them, and they just want to be around just for the sake of being around because money's involved, yada yada and yada yada. Yeah, honestly, a lot of people need to get out of the industry. Go find something else that you're good at, because this industry is not a joke. It's not funny, bro. Like, it's very dark. It's very cold. Once you get to LA, you hear the stories about LA. You hear the stories about what goes on in these places over there, man. And yo, let me tell you something. It's not all gravy. It's not all sweet. So the best
Yeah.
thing is, a lot of people go get your freaking self a job. Go get yourself a career. Go be a doctor, a lawyer. Go find something that you're really good at outside of modeling, because there's always a new 18-year-old girl coming. And yo, leave that industry and go into something else, because this industry can turn you into something else. You can come in there innocent and sweet, and you could walk out messed up and strung out on something. And that's just
Yep.
my advice.
I agree. Redbone 88 says Cubana was gorgeous. I learned about her now with the news and just looked her up. She was fire, but looked like they just wanted to pass her around. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah,
Definitely wanted to just pass her around, but at
and
the
that's what
same
was going
time,
on.
she definitely how can I say, she was one of the pioneers in terms of a social media kind of video vixen, kind of like using her
Body. Yeah.
fame, using her body to get shows, to get music video. Because I think up until that point, I would never really see back in the days like a Melissa Ford or a Vita Guerrera. They would just be strictly video vixens. I never
Yeah.
really noticed them like popping up in clubs and
Remember
stuff
though.
like that. Maybe
Remember
you
though.
can what
Yeah, these Cabana Lust was after those girls. So
exactly.
those
That's what I'm saying.
a lot of those girls.
She
Yeah.
ushered in this kind of wave of kind of like even Buffy
Yeah.
the Body. I don't really remember her being
She
in the
was
clubs
Cabana
like
Lust
that.
was
Was
a
she making an
stripper.
appearance? She was a
She was a
stripper,
stripper.
yeah.
Yeah, see, those
Yeah.
girls weren't strippers, so she was kind
Exactly.
of a
But
stripper and stuff like that. And then
yeah, I guess
she,
you can say
yeah,
without Cubana Lust there wouldn't be a Cardi B. Let's put it, let's start talking like that. You think
yeah,
about it,
exactly,
because you know what I mean. She ushered in like these strippers to become video vixens, to become getting bookings and having a
internet
social media
sensations.
internet
Yes,
sensation. You see the kind of like the building blocks that she kind of started. You know what I mean? Before that, I don't recall anyone like her. So she was the first of her kind. Um, man, she was fire, man. She was fire.
yeah, she was hot too. She was very, she was just very like aesthetic. Like she had she had like the Megan the Stallion built before Megan the Stallion. Like she had
I'll
that
say
built
better. I'll say better,
even
man.
better.
Like
Yeah, maybe
better.
even
I'll say
better.
better.
Exactly. She was really she was really gorgeous, man. She was, you know what I mean, black girl, light skinned black girl. I mean, very gorgeous. But
Cuban, Afro-Cuban descent. Like, that's crazy, man. Redbone 88 says, "You are so right, and I wish more would listen to y'all message, especially the younger girls. I'm going to share this live." Do appreciate that, Redbone 88. Honestly, man, because more people, more young girls need to hear this, man. It's not just all about, just trying to be a pass around. You know what I mean? Like you said, Redbone 88, like being a pass around, it's only so long you can do that. Only so long you can be in that role. Like El Selector said, there's always a new 18-year-old on the come up, ready to take your role, ready to take your position. So trying to gain some type of skill or trying to gain some type of like value or trying to teach people something. Like she could have, I mean, I don't want to sit here and talk coulda, woulda, shoulda, but what if she wrote a book? What if she started her own consulting agency? What if she hired some people around her to do all the smart things and she is just kind of like the face? You know what I mean? She didn't
exactly.
have to
Exactly.
necessarily go down that path of like, explicit, material on the internet, and she didn't have to go that route, man, and go
You
back into
should,
stripping and stuff like
and
that.
then
Like,
drugs, and then the drugs. I
yeah,
think it's the drugs that
and the
killed her. Because look,
drugs. Yeah,
Kim Kardashian, she was doing X-rated videos and stuff like that, and then she ended up using that to parlay that with her family to go out to become a mogul in perfume, fashion, women's apparel, and women's makeup, and all types of lifestyle and entertainment stuff for the masses. So
yeah, she did. Kim K, you know what I mean? But like she was more for like the quote unquote hood, like the streets, like
yeah.
Cubana Lust. She was like
Red,
appealing
Redbone
to, yeah,
Redbone
go ahead.
88 made a valid point right here. Can you just click on her point? She said I watched it in an interview where she said Q was not booking her. Yeah, that was one of the problems that she had
Yeah,
actually. For those who don't know, Q was the one who owned World Star Hip Hop, and basically what she stated, this is according to her, because we never got Q's side because Q ended up passing away. So we can only go off of what she said, but there's always two to three sides to each story, right? So from her standpoint, she stated Q wasn't paying her, and Q and her were having relations together and whatnot. That's what she did report. I do remember when she said that back then. She was getting a lot of shows. She said she had other opportunities, but she signed that contract with Q, and Q was the one managing her career, which is factual information. And maybe after Q, some suspect after Q's demise, she kind of was left in limbo because she didn't maybe not know how to move or get things done. And then basically maybe that made her resort. But I heard other stories about her potentially. She went to LA after she finished high school. She went to LA to go and get her career popping off or whatever. And basically, that might have then maybe that's where she got introduced to drugs. Maybe that may be where she got introduced to drugs. But some suspect maybe after Q's death, she didn't have nothing going on, and that's where she started getting into drugs. We're not too sure exactly. Unfortunately, Q did die, so it leaves a lot of questions up for limbo. But she did say that though. She said Q was not giving her show money or not giving her money and stuff like that. And it's unfortunate. You know what I mean? That like this is where it come to. You know what I mean? Where she's on the streets doing drugs. She's basically a junkie on the streets right now. So yeah.
yeah. This is what I was thinking too. Red Bunny 88 says, I've been researching and digging deeper into her story. It's almost like somebody laced her drink or gave her something bad. I kind of agree with that too, man, because I mean, drugs is one thing, but maybe somebody laced her. Maybe somebody put something in her blunt one day, or and
Hmm.
something into her drink, and just maybe she was never the same after that. Because
I remember.
this fall is just like it's spooky, man. Like the way she just, how do you go from that to, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not want to sit here and
Yeah,
sound like a
yeah.
conspiracy theorist, you know what I mean? But that's
But
crazy, man.
remember though, she was living in LA, right? LA has
She
a
was,
huge
she was, she
LA,
was.
Los Angeles has a huge cocaine problem, right? So what happens when a lot of people remember cocaine is an expensive drug. So when you can't get cocaine no more, what do you resort to next? You go and resort to something else that can get you another high. You see what I'm saying? So you potentially, I'm not denying what you're saying. I maybe she was laced with her drink,
I think she was
but
laced.
but I maybe suspect that maybe she was already doing coke, and cocaine is expensive, and then when they can't do coke no more, they look for other alternatives, and then they might experiment in other drugs, maybe crack cocaine or fentanyl or methamphetamine or something of that magnitude. And then from there, that's when they're like, okay, you know what? Hey, that's when they get strung out on something. You know what I mean? Because let's be real, all the girls, all these girls, you'd be shocked. All these girls be doing cocaine. All of them be on some sort of white powder substance or something like that. You feel me?
Oh,
Especially when
for
you're in
sure.
Hollywood or you're in the entertainment industry. It's everywhere. It's like literally everywhere. You can't go anywhere where you don't get it. So a lot of these people have access to a lot of this stuff because they're from who they are, their affiliation, or what they do, et cetera, et cetera. And they go to these parties in the hills or parties, these specific parties or nightclubs or whatever, where that stuff is all over the place. So I wouldn't be shocked if that might be the case. I suspect potentially, because yo, bro, like you know how it is. Even in our city, when the girls go to LA, a lot of these girls be on coke.
Yeah, for sure.
They be on coke. Man, remember the white girl what she said to us at what's that place? Drake Spot. Remember Drake Spot? She told me, she said, yo, she can't wait to get to LA. Then she's gonna get on her. She's gonna go do her coke. She said, LA, when she
Yeah,
goes to LA, she does her coke. The waitress at the
facts.
Drake's restaurant.
I remember that. I remember that. Rocksteady's in the building.
Yo, can
Rocksteady,
you
what's
hear
good,
me?
man? What's your thoughts about that? Yeah, I can hear you. What's goody?
Honestly, to piggyback on to piggyback what El Selector was saying is, it's the new millennium, man. Like, you can't really blame them because if you look at it, you take it way back, man. Government put the drugs in, put our forefathers in, put our brothers in, put our family friends in, and now it's on to the millennials. They take it like it's like a party. It's just trickling down. Pretty soon, babies are gonna be taking it. Like it's crazy.
It is. It is. It's crazy, man. It's nonsense, man. Yeah. So what? Wait. Would you mind expanding on what do you mean by the forefathers? Put like speak on that.
I'm not trying to go deep, especially in this session, but like if you really look at the history of how drugs came in, the government put the drugs in the ghettos. When they put the drugs in the ghettos and the hustlers were selling it, they freaking what they do? They arrest the hustlers, arrest the fathers, the mothers, the hustlers who are just trying to get by, just not even doing violence, just hustling. And who did it take care of the babies? The crackheads, the fiends. So what do you think is gonna happen? Is this gonna trickle down generation by generation? But that's a whole nother topic. But it's true. The drugs have an effect. Oh, did everything just freeze? Holy.
My bad. I was talking on mute. Yeah. So you're absolutely right, man. But man, it's crazy, man. Redbone 88 says crack and other things. You're right. It looks like ice. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Some type of methamphetamine, some type of like just something, maybe like some needle, maybe some wire type stuff. You know what I mean? I don't want to
Saying the
get this.
vaccine.
Yeah, some vaccine type stuff. You know what I mean? So, it could be something like that. Who knows, man? Red 188 says, yes, most strippers and ladies in the night need to numb themselves because they don't want to face reality. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, a lot of them. Remember that movie Flight when Denzel saved, the girl upstairs? You know what I mean? She wasn't paying her rent because she was getting all strung out and she ended up in the hospital meeting Denzel. You know what I mean? I know it's a movie, but these type of things happen every single day. You know what I mean? And that's why that underbelly, that underworld is so lucrative, you know what I mean? to people out there. That's why, people are willing to kill and die over control of these people who be buying these substances, man. It's a crazy cycle. It's a crazy cycle, man. People are willing to risk their freedom to have these illegal substances on them because they see what it does to these people, and these people just turn into you know their their guinea pigs and their cash cows. You know what I mean?
Do you think you'll ever end?
Nah. I don't think so. As long as you have places like East Hastings in Vancouver and Skid Row in LA, and there's a couple places in like San Diego and San
Yo, they
Francisco and
use
Oakland.
drugs. They
That
use
Yeah,
part,
drugs.
Toronto.
yeah,
Let me tell you something. They use drugs to use drugs to control the people. As long as they keep building new drugs, creating new drugs, or they push dispensaries and all these other things into these communities and stuff like that. The drug game is just going to continue to heighten and heighten because that's the best way to control the people. You want to
yeah.
control people? Go open up tobacco shop, liquor store, dispensaries, create new drugs like fentanyl and this and that, and you're gonna start to see the people continue to flock to it. Yo, the drug industry is $1 trillion industry,
Yes, but the reason
and
why, but one thing I say though, certain the hard drugs, because the liquor, it's been there for centuries. They've been drinking liquor from Jesus was here. They've been drinking wine. They've been drinking alcohol, and they're still doing God's work. They're still doing their due diligence. It's when they introduce the hard drugs, the drugs that just put you on another level. Yo, that's when shit went out.
but let me tell you something though. They use drugs to control the people, regardless of what drug it is. As long as somebody has a vice and they're hooked onto something, they have you under their control. If you have to continuously go back to keep buying that product, they have you under your control. That's basically what it is.
Yeah,
Any
yeah, yeah.
addiction,
I agree. I agree.
any
That's why
addiction.
they wanted to legalize marijuana because people are getting money off of it. People are just using. They're like, fuck it. Why don't we just monetize it and just have it for ourselves? Make them smoke it.
Exactly.
Right. But I see both sides because you have functional alcoholics and you have functional cokeheads. You see what I'm saying? Like you have both sides, and then you have dysfunctional alcoholics and you have dysfunctional cokeheads, and it
That
could
is true.
lead. I guess every drug is a gateway drug. Going back to
The,
what Selector's
the,
saying, right? So if you start with weed,
You know,
that could translate into other things. It's about having
the
control over
reality
your
is,
mind. You
if
know what I
you
the
mean?
work for
reality
an
is,
employer, your boss might be the biggest cokehead in
the
the
reality is though, the reality is though, they have those people in their pockets, and that's all their goal is. All they
Yeah.
care about is having you in your pockets and having controlling your mind. If you have to constantly keep going back for a product, that means they have you. If you don't have to keep going back, that means they don't control you. They don't have you. You see what I'm saying? So that's the key. All they want is your pockets and the control of your mind. You see what I'm saying? That's all it
Yeah,
boils
and
down
then
to.
and then as well too, don't forget there's all types of different drugs. You can call caffeine a drug. You can call explicit content on the internet. That's a drug too.
Sugar is a drug.
Sugar's a drug too. Salt's a drug. There's all types of drugs out here that are
social
just
media.
addicted. Social media is a drug. Exactly. Guys, people like the video. Subscribe to the channel because we're giving you guys some like real talk right now. You know what I mean? So all of this stuff are all means of control, right? So like we're saying in the beginning, man, like try your best to stay away from all type of vices that just really just control your mind and your body because you don't want to end up like this beautiful soul here, man. Like look at this, man. Look at this picture. Look at these pictures, man. How do you go from that just seemingly 10 years, 10 plus years ago, maybe 15 years ago to what we're seeing now, man? Oh wow, let me get that one out of there. But yeah, it's crazy, man.
She's looking like she's 80 years old.
Exactly. The hair is unkept. I mean, that's getting kind of painful to even look back at, man. Like,
She turned
oh
into
my
a
god.
raisin. She turned into a raisin, man.
Look at their ear, like everything just looks unkept. Like you would not want your children around this person, man. Like, nah, man. 80 years old, looking like a razor. Goodness,
A
goodness
raisin.
gracious.
A raisin, like a raisin.
A raisin, sorry. That's what I meant to say, a raisin. Redbone88 says, "You are right, so right. Drugs definitely control people because you're not in your right mind nor thinking clear. When you're sober, you see all the distractions. When you're high or drunk, you don't notice it." Exactly, exactly. You don't notice things. Yeah, your mind just becomes um swells. Like I think they say alcohol swells your brain. Weed, they say, helps you, weed makes you lose brain cells. Cocaine, you need to, what, it's a stimulant, so it has you up and down on like different roller coasters and stuff like that, like it shocks your brain or something like that. So all these things are meant to just stimulate you in different ways, and they're all not good when you abuse them,
And that's
essentially.
just the and that's just the overlining. What about the underlining? What else it does? Low
Yeah,
blood
exactly.
cells,
Yep.
can't heal, sick, fertility, all these bullshit.
Yeah, I agree. It's so true.
Cancer,
Hmm.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Kidney,
Rocksteady's right,
liver
bro.
issues, right? Lung issues, like
Brain,
different
can't breathe.
cancers.
your
Yeah,
brain issues, man.
brain issues.
Cognitive function.
You
Exactly.
have dementia at 30 years old. How's that possible? You
Right.
can even box. What, 1-2 fights in elementary and on the streets?
Yeah. Sports gambling. There's all types of different drugs out there, man.
Definitely,
So
definitely,
people, you got to
definitely,
just stay in control of your mind. Your
definitely,
mind is a
definitely,
Financially,
powerful thing to waste, man.
financially losing is a drug.
definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
But yo, guys, I gotta get out of here. I'll hit you guys up later, man.
All right, man. Thanks for
All
coming
right.
through, man.
You already
Yo,
know.
have a good night, man. Peace. So yeah, rock steady, man. As we're saying, man, Cubana Lust, man. This is an unfortunate situation that we all just gotta be mindful of. That people can lose themselves, man, if they're not careful. Man,
Drugs and alcohol times a million.
yeah, pretty much, yeah. And if you look at the charges here, all the charges are listed at the bottom. It started off possession and or use of drug equipment.
So that's not even
So
marijuana.
yeah, I think that's legalized in Canada, if I'm not mistaken. In certain parts of the country, they're now legalizing if you have needles or they have like safe injection stations and stuff like that, right? But I mean, I don't want to get this into its political talk, but like, look what that can possibly do to you, right? So if she was able to legally use this, she might not have gotten arrested, but she might have further started to decline, because look what it turned into. This second arrest posted here, trespassing, structure or conveyance. So she basically was what, like, I don't want to speculate, but it seems like she was maybe what, stealing, or she wasn't even in her country, like she wasn't even in her town. She's in South Dakota.
Well, how did it get there?
How did
Like
she go from? You see what I'm trying to
you trying
say?
to, you need something to feel good while you're dancing, feel good while you're making money. But you see what it turns into though.
Yeah, I mean, how do you go from Delray Beach, Florida, to Rapid City, South Dakota? Like, what is going on? Like, and then you're back in Florida, Largo, Florida. You're just all over the place. This is crazy. Failure to appear. So she might have been on the run or something.
Just
Just
didn't
not
go to
keeping
court
track.
yet.
Just not keeping. She could have avoided this one. Failure to
Easily,
appear. That's
easily.
just that's just you not paying attention. That's just you not staying on top of things. That's just you not in your right mind. And this is
High
that's
on
the most
drugs.
recent one. City ordinance. I don't even know what that means. This is just some next level. This is, they just got you and they just got you on this one. Like, this is
You
this
know,
is
she ran me out. I wish Alexa was still here.
Yeah.
She's the woman version of Delonte West.
Yes, that's a good point, because I was thinking that too. Like, he seems like he was zooped and just seemingly just went south out of nowhere. I mean, it seems like to me if something was put in her drink, or she just got addicted to like different things and at the wrong time and just started to spiral out, man. It's unfortunate.
You're dealing with too much minds. Why are you doing this, man? Find another profession. Like you're nice. You can't tell me she couldn't find a rich nigga to take care of her in her prime.
Exactly.
Stay home, have babies, cook dinner. That's all you got to do.
Yeah. Start
Pop
a
up once in a while. Start a flat tummy business.
Exactly. Start a consulting firm, maybe write a book, speak to the kids. Like, I feel like once you have that level of social media fame, you can definitely easily transition that into many, many, many other things. You know what I mean? Especially being in that industry as well too.
She had 1 million
So
followers
yes.
before Instagram was Instagram.
Red 188 says, "Damn, that mugshot looks nothing like her. Even changed her skin color. Exactly.
Jeez.
Her skin color looks like she looks
Agent.
like a raisin. Like she looks toasted. Like
Look at
oh
that.
man, yeah. Oops. Yeah,
The BBL got deflated.
yeah. Like all of that. She definitely had her lips done, butt done, and all of that. That's just all gone, man. Everything was done, and that just disappeared. I seen her in an interview the other day with Jack the Ripper. Was it Jack the Ripper? The guy with the one eye, the googly eye from 50 Cent's camp. He basically was talking to her, and she was saying like, "Oh, he was saying to her like, man, you were in LA, you in the club every single night, man."
Hmm.
And
Because that's
so
what
you
they
could
do
only
to get
imagine
money.
that this probably started somewhere in some club in LA, her just experimenting or her being laced, and then poof, 10 years, 15 years later, here we are looking at four mugshots. Like, it's wild,
Hmm.
man. Wild. Rebel
If she
88
could
says,
have,
in
they
her
could have
interview,
been.
it's like she didn't want a man. She says she wouldn't have time for a relationship. I know a lot of guys probably wanted to wife her. Yeah,
This is what I'm
absolutely.
saying. This
Oh
is
yeah,
exactly what
she
I'm
probably have
saying.
guys lined up out the door to try and
And look,
wife her.
and look what her decision got her.
Yep. That's why I say it might have been her being laced or something like that. Because at one point she could have had any man in the world, any man in the industry, any man that she's so pleased to have. And
Maybe not any man, but at least a
of
top man.
course, of
One
course. I mean,
percent. A one
yeah,
percent.
she wanted to have a 1%. She could have had a 1%. But she wanted to have from the 99%. She could have anybody from the 99%, pretty much. If
Ooh.
you know what I mean. But yeah, I'm sure she couldn't just have any Rick Ross or Gucci man. She couldn't have like any one guy like that. But yeah, the common man for sure definitely would take that and run with it if they had a chance.
Yo, man
So,
making 100K a year would take care of it, hold it down.
yep, yep. If all you have to do is just play your role as a man and you can come home to this every single night. Hey, I'm sure. And she would just, she tones on her little industry stuff, and maybe, as you said, goes into flat belly tees or whatever. We're just all talking hypotheticals here, right? But
But you know the concept.
you could have from anybody from the 99%, right? And you end up like that. It's definitely a tragedy, man. Definitely, definitely tragic. Redbone 88 says it got her nowhere. I think somebody was mad and laced her with something because I'm not understanding. Yeah, I agree. I'm in agreement with that, man. It's not really making much sense how she just went there. Like,
I
it's not
agree,
making
but
sense.
but for so long, like you couldn't snap out of it. It laced you so
Yeah.
much to do more and more. This is what I don't understand. All right, that one bad time, probably got booked, went to the bin, all right, came up. You didn't fix up.
Yeah. She absolutely didn't fix anything, man. It just kept spiraling. You're absolutely right. Doesn't make sense. But yeah, you never know. Some people do get laced one time and then they're never the same for the rest of their life. Like, you have to be very careful out there, especially as you said earlier with the hard drugs, man.
Mm.
You know what I mean? That's crazy, man. One of the first video vixens.
Yo, people used to tell me all the time. The only reason why I like you smoking weed, because it opens doors to other drugs.
Yes.
At that time, I didn't understand. I'm like, come on, I'm not doing that. I just love my weed and my alcohol.
Yeah.
However, for other people, it's not the same. I want more. It's not enough.
Oh yeah.
I need more high.
Yeah. I never understood that, man. I personally, I don't even really like. I don't indulge in anything like that anymore. I try to even cut out like the caffeine. I try to cut out everything. I don't know, man. Like, I just like a sharper mind nowadays, man. Like, I just
That's
enjoy that feeling. Like, I'm chasing that sharpness of mine.
you
So
wake up with more energy. I can't lie.
yeah, I mean, energy is just
The
like
sleep though, I don't know,
anxiety.
but like you wake up
Yeah.
more energy.
Yeah, and I mean everybody has their own like their own vices. Like, hey, you know what I mean? But it's got to be in control, man. Ultimately,
Facts. How you
Rebel
gonna
Hayes
get
says, like, who is she around? Does she have family, friends, a guy friend? Like, damn, where's the people who care about her? I agree. Where are these
facts?
people? Where are
Facts.
these
Yeah,
people?
the guy
I don't.
friends just want to get it in.
Yeah,
The family just fed up.
yeah. I can see that. I can see that she probably does a family right now that's just probably in shambles right now. Seeing their
It's fed
daughter,
up.
their niece, their
Upset.
their cousin, their sister looking
Whew.
like this. I'm sure they're in shambles seeing this, right? But yeah, I don't know much about her family history or if she has kids or what, but man, they're probably really going through it. As you can imagine, right? Any family, if she has any family, for them to see her like this, I'm sure, even like friends, high school friends, like f- anybody, for them to see her like this is probably really hurting them right now.
Hmm.
Really hurting them right now.
But you gotta imagine. Imagine those
Hmm,
mans she turned down all those times. Said, yo, don't worry,
yeah,
just come here, hold it down, you're good. Nah, I don't want that. I want to be Rick Ross video.
yeah,
Twerking.
exactly. And now they're probably like, wow, imagine we went to school with her. And then we see her blow up and getting all these videos and stuff like that. And all of a sudden she hits rock bottom like that. That would be like feeling bad for her, man.
Hmm.
Yeah, man. Telltale tale, man. Jeez. Man, this is the link. If anyone wants to jump in the stream, man, we out here talking about Cubana Lust, man. The fall from grace, man. Oh man, if you don't know, man, she's what do you call it? Cuban, Afro-Cuban, former video vixen from Little Havana in Miami, Florida, and basically in the late 2000, late early about the late 2010s, I would say the late 2000s, maybe 2009, 2010 to about maybe 2013, 2014. She was hot as fish grease, man.
Hmm.
She was one of the first video vixens, and then boom, all of a sudden she disappeared. She's having some issues with her management team, IEQ from World Star, RIP. And then next thing
RP.
you hear from her is that she getting into trouble with the law, man. So telltale sign. It seems like drugs is the problem, and people watch out for the drugs, man. She might have been laced.
Yo,
She might
shout
have
out
been
Q.
laced.
Going back a little bit, shout out Q, man. Yo, when Q was holding it down on World Star, oh man, he put a lot of these people on the map.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
He
he
put
did.
hate on Q. Yo, and the fact that he came out of the 50 Cent's lineage, like that was his partner. Like they used to work together. Like,
Yeah, yeah. This guy was on pace to be like one of the. He was on pace to be like a billionaire or something like that. Like if that guy right there, that website at one point must have been valued at like some crazy number.
that
You know what
started
I mean?
social media.
It really did. People were checking into that. I remember it used to show the views on all the videos, and some videos would be hitting
Ooh.
like a million views a day.
Yo, you
Like
post your video goes on World Star, you're famous.
yes, yes. So that was like before Six Buzz was Six Buzz. There was like World Star, you know what I mean? And it was like its own independent website. So I would assume if you wanted to like get some type of advertisement on that website, you'd have to maybe be paying like who knows, maybe in like hundred thousands or something like that just to get an advertisement on there. So this guy was probably making bank.
Hmm.
And all you had to do was what, maybe pay a couple people to be able to upkeep the website and stuff like that, and have somebody handling this and handling that. Like this guy was on pace to make a lot of money, and then he had an untimely demise, man. Sad. Yeah, as you said, shout out to Q from World Star, man.
Facts.
Man,
Do you
Yeah,
feel
man. So
that
we're at
youths
the
in this generation
yeah,
with the OnlyFans,
yeah.
do you think she will still be relevant?
Of course,
I,
100%. With the OnlyFans, with the TikTok, with the what else? With the IG still. I mean,
Twitter.
just so Twitter, Patreon. She would have been able to do whatever she wants out here and just have people subscribing, you know, subscribing, YouTube. She could even be doing like dating shows. She
Hmm.
could be doing getting super chats. There's so many ways, man. So many ways. She can basically do whatever she wants. She has that night. She just kept her nice accent, her nice physique to her, kept the BBL looking good. Anything, the sky will be her limit, man. So, especially with the pandemic and all that stuff going on, she could have just reinvented herself, man.
So with
Yeah.
the pandemic, who do you think is spending more money, the women or the men?
I mean, in what sense? Like just who's spending more in terms of like OnlyFans type of stuff or like BBLs, like that type of lane?
That's a
I
good
would say,
question.
I mean, I think women spend a lot of money, man. I think women, just off experience, just the women I know, they spend a lot of money. I feel like dudes don't dudes don't have it like that sometimes. Dudes aren't getting like certain government assistances and stuff like that. So they might not even have it like that. But I think women spend more.
Saying the
Um,
hourly wage salary, and that is it.
that's it. Just maybe one stream of income. But some women could be out here taking feet pics and making 100K on OnlyFans and stuff like that. So I think there's a lot of opportunity for women out here, which makes this story even sadder, right? Because she has such a large following. Red
But who's
188
spending
says, "Is
money on
she?"
those feed pics?
Yeah, hey, that I have no idea. That's the $1 million question. Who's really? But apparently they are. It's hard to believe, but apparently they are.
Hmm.
People are spending money on feet pics on OnlyFans. So for her to go down this spiral is just crazy to see because she had the internet on fire at one point. She could have not I wouldn't say easily, but she could have been out here selling feet pics on OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow. Rebel 88 says if she took care of herself and wasn't on drugs, I'm sure she'd still be lit. Absolutely.
What?
30, what? How old is Bernice Burgo? I think Bernice Burgo is on her early 40s, and she's still probably out here making money with their like clothing line and all types of different things,
Oh man.
appearances and stuff like that. So she's what, 38? I'm sure she kept her body looking good. I mean, even that, just doing maybe she could personal training or just just doing little things to keep herself lit, like working out, posting videos of her in like the cute little outfits and stuff like that, working out. You know what I mean? I'm sure she can keep herself lit, keep her following up, and keep that bag circulating, man. Honestly,
So do
Red
you
Bone
feel
88
that
says,
if there
yeah.
wasn't one more social media, would there be more girls like Cubana?
If there wasn't more social media,
Yes.
I mean, I think no. I mean, if there wasn't, then no. I think the more social media, the more girls like Cubana. I mean, well, old Cubana, not this Cubana, old Cubana. Yeah, there's more like that. So this Cubana, I don't know what led to this, but I feel like there's more of the old Cubana lust than this Cubana lust for sure. With social media being so big. Okay, Red 180 says, I heard she was all natural. She said her ass was real in an interview. Yeah. I mean, hey, if she's from Miami, she's from that little Havana, so she probably eating all that good food, those good empanadas, all those good tacos and stuff like that. Has her just shaped real good. Her lips looked a little bit fake, I must say, but maybe her booty was real. Maybe her booty was real for sure. Red 188 says, we women have it easy, especially when you kind of sexy, etc. LOL. Yeah, I mean, there's money to be made without even having to deal with people in person. My friend has a feet fetish channel. She makes money, money. Wow.
Bomba clock.
That's wild, man. Thank you for that insight. Because on my end, I don't have any friends with any type of feet fetish channels or any OnlyFans or any Patreon, nothing like that. Nothing risque. Maybe they do, but they don't tell us. But hey, man, I can imagine as a woman, you probably get into more situations where you meet people or have friends who are have that ambition and make things work for sure. You know, hey man, if your friend or you ever want to come up on the channel, man, and we could talk about this, man. Let's all make some money together, man. Honestly, yeah, man, it's crazy, man. Like that's wild, man. Imagine you can just post pictures of your feet and like that pays your bills, your rent, your debt, your credit, everything. That's crazy, man. It's hard to even fathom as a man.
It's true, but yo, they go harder, man. They go get another step, bro. They get
Yeah.
naked, they show pussy, they fucking like it's ridiculous.
Who doing that?
Every the girls are making money on OnlyFans, social media, who are selling the sex
Yeah.
online.
Yeah, they're going hard still. They're going hard, but I think it's more kind of like we don't have that opportunity. You know what I mean? Like we don't have the opportunity as men in a greater sphere to make that type of money, man. Like
But it's
Yo,
feminism, like
nah, but yo,
obviously.
with fams though, I'm gonna
Oh
keep it a
man, he's
buck with you.
back.
oh, selectors
Let's
back in the
go.
Yeah,
building,
yeah,
people.
yeah, I'm back, yo. No, I was just listening from the cut, but yo,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Just trying to go to sleep. I can't really go to sleep. I was just listening to you guys, but
go ahead. Yeah,
yo,
Topic.
honestly, with social media though, honestly, and social media and this new world that we're in, because let's be real, we're in a new world right now, right? Um, there's endless amounts of opportunities for everyone to make a lot of money, right? Cabana Lust, like I heard you guys talking, would she survive in this era? I think she would if she took care of herself and the surgeries and the surgeries that they have today. I think Cabana Lust would do fairly well in today's world because of her relevance. As long as she stayed relevant, if Bernice Burgos is 40 something years old and she's still relevant, I don't see
Facts.
why Cabana Lust can't be relevant in today's age. Where
She's not
she
even
and if
fucking
and
or
she
some pussy.
and if you guys remember too, Cabana Lust had more of a bubbly personality than Bernice Burgos. She was more bubblier, more
Facts.
more in
Facts.
your face, more you know what I mean. So I don't see why she wouldn't be able to survive in this day and age. I think social media nowadays too, as far as who spends more money, women or men, obviously it's always been like that. It's always going to be forever women. Women are more into beauty and cosmetics and all that stuff. So that remember when you go to, I remember I was talking to a clothing store people and they were saying
Women are the most consumers.
women are the most consumers. And when they open stores, when they create stores, 70% of the product is for women. So whenever you go to retail stores, more of the clothes are for women than men. So they're really
Yo,
their
man,
audience
not
is
buying a dog. If you something, if man asks you for something, it's for the cow, dog.
yeah, that's basically what it is. Men, women are always going to spend more than men who have it more easier. Yeah, some can make that argument when men have it more easier, but women have it very difficult too, just because of the fact that nowadays it's so competitive. Like, let's be real, man. For a woman, with BBLs and beauty and cosmetics and the pressure that's out there, a lot of women have to freaking battle and keep up. You see what I'm saying? Remember,
But man battle each other
women,
too.
as a man,
Man will battle. Man will
man,
buy a $2,000 Gucci slap back
yeah, you're right.
for
For
a girl
those,
who has a $10 tights.
but remember though, not every guy's buying that stuff, right? As a man, the reality is,
yeah.
if you take care, as long as you, if you want to be as long as you have a career, take care of yourself, and have your head strong and your psyche strong, and you know what you want, you're very assertive, you'll be okay over here. There's more women than men on this planet. To popular contrary belief, there's more women than men. So men are always going to have more options. You see what I'm saying? On
The
this
one
planet.
percent man. The 1% man. I
Not
agree.
necessarily, not necessarily. Remember, if you're a man, remember, as a man, you can pack your bags and go anywhere in the world. There's a lot of untapped potential. There's a lot of places where men are flourishing and doing very well. You know, I mean, we're all mammals at the end of the day. We're not trees, right? Trees stay still. Men get up and move around and get things done. You see what I'm saying?
But the man these days, they stand still. They're out of shape. They
s-
get no
s-
money.
That's a
expect to
small
compete.
it's a small percentage of men, depending on where you live. It's all about geography at the end of the day, right? You know what I mean? But the reality is, like, the average guy, as long as you take care of yourself, you should be okay. But as far as women goes, it's very competitive for women, just because of there's more women than men on this planet. So for women, women have to keep up with the looks, the appearance, and remember, women age. Women have they by the time they hit 30, their biological clock is kicking. Where a
That's
man could
facts.
be,
Yeah,
where a man
but
could be
it's,
For a
70
man,
years
yeah,
for a
old,
man,
80 years
it's
old. Doesn't matter. He could still produce. He could still have kids. He could still
it's
make more
facts.
money. He could do a
But
lot more.
for the man these days, they're sexless, they're childless, they're not going on dates, they're
No,
not
that's
meeting
that's
women.
that's that's if you live in North America, and that's a certain percentage of men. That's not all men. Not all men are in that under that class. Just a specific group of men or
Yes, you're right.
specific.
No, I'm talking about
Yeah,
North America.
yeah. But outside, remember, the world is bigger than just North America, though, right? You see what I'm saying? So like, remember, you can go to Brazil or you can go to Dominican Republic and find 1 billion Cabana Lust asking for much less.
For $60.
No, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
No, it's true. It's true.
That's what I'm
I
trying to
think, but
say.
I think she was more speaking to the fact that
Mm.
like women nowadays can post feet pics on OnlyFans, for example, and make money, as opposed to
Yeah,
Making
a
a
man
hundred k, a
as
I'm gonna
opposed
hundred
tell
to
you
a
k,
guys
man
something.
and a
who aren't.
hardworking man's
They're
making 30, forty
no,
That
k.
I
but
think
that's the thing,
that's where I think kind of
bro.
that's where
95% of OnlyFans women fail. Most of the OnlyFans women are not really making money. A lot of girls will go on it for a bit and then they have to get off of it. It's only a very select few that do very well because they know how to market
Because
themselves.
they're going above and beyond in their marketing. Yeah.
Exactly, or they have a good look, or they know they hit the algorithms, or people just like what they do. But I'll tell you right now, I looked at some of the statistics for OnlyFans, bro. Most of these girls are flunking on OnlyFans. Majority of these girls are not really doing numbers on OnlyFans. It's just a select few are, and even after the pandemic, a lot of people have even left OnlyFans because everything's opened up now. So a lot of people are not really on the digital space as much. A lot of
Because
people are outside.
the pandemic exposed them. The girls need a man's to take care of them. So when the pandemic happened, when nothing's really running, all this shit stopped. Exactly.
Yeah, but now everything's back up and running. So these girls, a lot of them, let's be real, a lot of the girls who were making a lot of money on OnlyFans, they're not making that much money anymore, or they're off of OnlyFans. Most of the OnlyFans girls are not really making money, or they just left OnlyFans because they don't know how to. They don't want to stick around,
Or
and
don't
that's
want to go
basic.
above and beyond.
But yeah, exactly. Or let's be real, there's a lot less money being going into OnlyFans. Not that many people are registering for it anymore. They don't really care.
But
It's two
who's
years
buying
old.
it though? Girls are not buying
It's
OnlyFans.
males.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but as far as Cabana Lust, though, I believe personally, I think she would have done really well in this day and age. She would have done well as long as, let me tell you something. If you have some sort of clout, remember, there's love and hip hop. There's a lot of different things you could go on platforms she could have went on and just
Facts.
definitely,
Facts.
yeah, definitely just continue to promote herself. There's always promotion, and there's always ways to promote yourself. As far as how much money she'll make, I don't know how much money she was making before. I don't think it was that much personally. I think she was probably getting like few $1,000 here and there. But at the same time, as far as her parents goes, they're probably paying her thousands of bucks here and there. But she could, yeah, she could definitely make it though. I agree. I think she could make it.
I feel like she would have been lit in this era because what she was doing back then is like equivalent to what the latest girl's doing on OnlyFans right now. But the latest girl on OnlyFans right now is making bands.
Yeah, they're making way more. I
they're
agree
making
with you.
money.
Way more, way more. The latest girls out. Daniel, what's her name? Cash Me Outside. They said she made what? How much money she make? 50 million from OnlyFans. They
From she
report
turned 18. You know
no,
why? Because these perverts.
but they reported she made the most money on OnlyFans. OnlyFans reported that she made the most money. Uh, she made the most money last year. I think it was. Let me check the stats.
Because she made the most money because these
Yeah,
mans are want to see. this thing go off on OnlyFans.
Bad Baby. I'll tell you exactly how much money she made. Give me a second.
It upsets me, but I can't hate on it because at the end of the day, it's the man's paying for it.
Yeah, she has an audience, right? The audience want to see
It's
her.
like it's like a pastor telling the congregation to give their tribute. Yo, they're giving their
Okay.
money.
Yo, so she made okay. So Bad Baby posts receipts to prove her
Not
$50 million
similar,
earnings.
but equivalent.
So she made $50 million, $53 million to be exact, and her net was 42 million. So she takes home 40
50
42
million.
million.
That's what
Come on.
42
fucking
million.
GTR gets paid on the Raptors.
Wow. And that's what over
Yeah,
like
His
a
no,
new
no.
couple of years.
contract. His
Yeah.
new
Yo,
contract over a couple of years. She made
here,
that in a year.
I posted in a private chat, so you could post that up there, so you could have the people see it.
Got you. Where is it here?
That's crazy. That's crazy. I used to get upset about it, but I'm like, yo, me, I just gotta go harder. I can't get upset. That's what the men's are paying for. That's what they want to see.
Yeah, definitely nothing to anger over, right? Because again, it's just at the end of the day, she can lose that all in a second, man. Like she might who knows, she can have a drug
Yes,
overdose.
but
You know what I
50
mean? Like
mil,
anything can
but
happen in this
50
world.
mil, yes, but
Yeah.
50 mil, even she overdosed, her family's still good. She has her next generation still good.
Now, but you guys should look at it from the standpoint of what the potential future has, where the things are going in the future. So if she can make $50 million now, who's not to say there'll be a girl who makes 500 million in the next 5 to 10 years?
And that's facts. And
Yeah,
So you
but
that's
guys
facts.
gotta, you
again,
guys
like
gotta,
who
you
knows
guys
if she
gotta.
even
Oh,
is she happy? Like, you know what I mean? Does she have a
no,
good
no, no,
quality
no.
of life?
Let's
You
not
know what
get
I
into all
mean?
that. Let's not get
No, I
into
mean we can
speculation. No,
talk.
no, no.
That's what I'm saying. We can
No,
talk
but the real,
hyperboles
But
all
no,
the
no,
day.
one
no.
Like,
percent man
But no,
right
no.
now, one
you know what I
percent
mean? Does
man
she?
is like
I'm
100K
just
or
saying. I'm
more.
just throwing it out there. Like, she makes
Understand? No, no.
$50 million
Just
off of
understand.
OnlyFans, but
She's
at
making
what
more than your
price? She
favorite
sold her
basketball
Guys,
soul.
player.
guys,
Her
guys,
her her
guys, guys,
soul is on
guys.
sale.
Hear me out. Hear me out. You
Would
guys
you
need to
want this to
stop
be
look.
your daughter
Yeah,
selling
no, no. Hold up a
her
sec.
vagina on
Pay
OnlyFans
attention.
just to
Pay
make fifty
For
attention.
million
50
dollars?
mil, for 50
You
No,
know,
mil,
you gotta
you,
ask those
you,
questions.
you
I
guys,
mean,
you guys need to stop looking at the 50 million what she did. Understand where the future is going as far as technology and how females and people in general who are going to be using newer platforms will be able to make even more money. If she made 50 million today, I wonder what the next girls are going to be making in the next 5 to 6 to 7 years. Remember, she also has a management team, so the management team as well is obviously marketing and pushing her and being able to help promote her. So there's a lot of other people in her pockets, but it just shows you a testament to what could potentially happen in the future. A lot of girls don't
facts.
need to be in the strip club no more or even need to go outside and prostitute themselves. They could literally go in the virtual world and start
And this
making money in the metaverse. You
and
see
this
what
is
I'm
where the
saying?
feminism comes in because then for the mans now, they make what? Say you get lucky, you make fucking 10 mil. This girl made 50 mil a year. You made it 10 mil in your lifetime. The last couple years, last 10 years, you stack a couple three,
Yeah.
4 mil.
But if
So
she made
she's like
50 now,
in 50 mil a year, she didn't even touch 20.
but listen to what I'm saying. If she made 50 million, now the guys who created the application and the tech guys behind that, how much money are they making?
Not as much as her, but you
No,
never
no,
know.
no, 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 no. They're making $1 billion a year. That's what I'm trying to say. So you guys need
But
to understand. You guys need to
on
understand.
paper though, the only people are making that is Amazon, Jeff
No,
Bezos,
no, no,
Elon
no, no,
Musk,
no, 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 no,
and
no,
a
no.
couple more.
Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and are not the only guys making that money. There's a lot of
No,
people
they're not
making
the
that money.
only one. But keep it real. You Google it right now.
Listen to
There's
what I'm saying.
only at least no more than 50 people make in the whole entire world making $1 billion.
No, there's new billionaires coming up every day. There's
Yeah,
new,
but remember, you can have $1 billion, but that could still be in liquid. That could still be in properties, but minus your debt. That's not a
no,
billion
no,
dollars,
no,
but
no, no. But
billion
you're
dollars
not understanding.
altogether.
You're understanding, yo, bro. If a company makes $1 billion, the company
Okay,
makes a company's its own LLC. It's its own separate entity.
okay.
You're
What's your
not.
profit though?
No, no, no. You're not understanding. The company. Don't look at yo. You don't listen when you're looking at. people making $1 billion, you got to look at the fact that it's company. The company's making $1 billion, not the actual individual making $1 billion. For you to even when for you to even what's it called? Robert Kraft, when he had free agency and he started paying out everybody last year, or was it this year or last year? He basically said that he didn't have all that money sitting around. Billionaires don't have money liquid; they have
But
to
this,
go to different
but this,
places to get
but
the
this,
money.
this is exactly what I'm trying to say.
But
This is exactly what I'm trying to
you
say,
you
though.
don't you don't
Like,
technically.
you could have $1 billion, but that could still be $1 billion in property, $1 billion in assets, $1 billion in
No, it's in the
stocks,
company. The company has a
or
billion
the
dollars.
company, or the
Yeah, yeah.
company.
You
But
don't want
doesn't
a
mean
billion
you
dollars.
have it.
You don't. Let me tell you something. You don't want $1 billion. You know why you don't want $1 billion?
Why?
Because your state is going to take majority of that wealth, and your government is going to
Of
take majority
course.
of it. But when wait, hold up one
These
second.
people know how to
When
use
that's what I'm trying.
loopholes to get tax
When
free.
that's
Elon
what I'm,
Musk said he paid no taxes,
that's the whole
and he's a
point.
billionaire.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point. You don't want
How
to
you
be a
pay no
billionaire.
tax when you're a billionaire? Man who make 40K a year pay fucking two
Okay.
bad taxes.
All
How's
right.
that
So
possible?
let me explain it to you. That's the whole point. You don't want to make $1 billion. You want your company to make $1 billion. You don't want to. You look at your net worth, you want your net worth to say zero. You don't make no money, but
That's
your company
facts.
makes
That's
all the
facts.
money.
That's
That's all.
facts.
That's all it
That's
boils down
facts.
to. That's all it
Because if
boils down to.
somebody goes to you, say, okay, all right, this is not going no more. You have to pay me this amount a month. All right, my company pays me. My company pays me $1,000 a month. I
No,
have
but
my
remember, these guys are running. They're not running. They're not running. When they have companies like this, there's like 500 people working at the company, and there's
yeah. They
board
can't
members.
exaggerate. They got to be
Exactly.
realistic.
There's
They
board
got to be
members, and there's
realistic.
all types of people. Remember, when
But
you work at a
you're not getting
company,
$1 million from them if you're
Jeff
trying to
Jeff
sue them.
Jeff
Make
Bezos
money from them.
Jeff Bezos only owns 16% of Amazon.
Yo, Jeff Bezos, the only man who I know who gave his wife half of his earnings and still is a billionaire. I haven't seen a billionaire do that yet,
No, 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 no. He gave it to her in shares and stocks and stuff like that. He didn't have the cash on him,
because
so
they
he
don't
gave.
have cash.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. So, yo, the reality is, bro, honestly, um, you got to look at this fact that if she can make 50 million, you got to look at what the futures are going to be like. What are the next girls going to be making? Are they
They
going to
might
be
not even be
these?
girls, bro. You might be looking at like trannies, and that's what I'm trying to say. Like from a
Yes,
spiritual
yes.
standpoint, I don't know, bro. That's all I'm saying. That's all my point is, bro. Like, how much are you willing to sell, bro?
Let me tell you something. Regardless
I
of
get
what,
okay.
yo,
I like your
regardless of
stance.
what,
I like your stance from the ownership standpoint.
yeah,
From the
I'm
ownership.
only looking at it from a business standpoint. I don't really
From the
care.
business standpoint, no problem. I get it.
Whatever the
But
future has, the future has. That's out of my control. But the reality is,
yeah,
all I could look at is the fact that, yo, if she made 50 million today, and the next platform or the next big girl, the fact that she can make 50 million, the fact that Kylie Jenner and Kim Kardashian can make this much money, what is the next set of entertainers or internet sensations or the next? Because remember, it took girls like Cabana Lust to
Facts, facts,
pave the way
facts.
for people like
I
this to
agree.
make that much money.
I don't deny that.
Exactly. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to know is what is the future, and what we're gonna see is more girls making a lot more money.
If the trend keeps going, definitely.
And remember too, not every girl's gonna make that money. You got to be
Of
strategic. So
course not. I'm talking
you got
about
to
the
have a
1%.
management team. You have to have a management
Hmm.
team.
Hmm.
You have to have a good team around you. Remember, the girl Bad Baby signed a record deal, right? She has a
That baby was
label.
broke. She came from broke. There's people who had money who came from millions and got broke. She came from broke.
But yo, she signed to a record contract. So she signed to a record label. So how much is the label making off of it? How much is her management team? Maybe
Yo, you
her
know what
A
I'm
and
seeing now?
R's, her marketing
I don't mean to
team.
cut you off,
Yeah.
but you know what I'm seeing now?
Hmm.
And I've been saying this. I think I probably told you too. Record labels are taking life insurance on their artists.
yeah,
As
I've
they
seen
should
that.
though. But as they should though.
But their moms, their dads, their family, they don't even have life insurance for them.
That's
But
on
the
the
record
family though,
labels are.
bro. But remember, yo,
Yeah, yeah, you're
if
right.
the
You're right.
family, yo, remember, you can walk up into any type of insurance company and go sign up for some sort
Yo,
of
from the day
insurance.
you're born, from the day
Yeah,
you're born.
that's up to the people to do that. If the record
That's
labels are
facts.
doing that, the record labels
That's
are doing.
facts.
I don't fault them for that. You should take life insurance out on your artists. You should take insurance out on everything you do. your company, your house, your bicycle, your jewelry, your cars, your family, everything. Because you know what? Nothing is promised tomorrow, but the
Yeah,
one
but I
thing
think
is,
that's where Rocksteady is going with it. Like nothing's promised tomorrow, which makes you lead you to believe that some of these record executives I might even be plotting on their artists. I
oh,
think that's where it
Yes.
goes because some of these artists are worth more, like in the case of Michael Jackson and Prince, in death than being alive. They're worth more in
no,
death.
I agree
Right.
with you.
So
That's what,
I think that's where I think Rocksteady is going with these. Some of these A&Rs
yeah,
are plotting on the artists, right? So the
but
music industry is a dirty game. It's a
the
really dirty game.
artist, as an artist
Entertainment
though,
in
listen,
general.
you got to keep your head on a swivel, man. You know that, man. You know what I mean? Yo, the minute just because somebody smiles and shakes your hand doesn't mean they're your friend. You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
And a lot of people need to realize that. Like, hey, listen, you're a musician. You know what I mean? Don't think everything is gravy. Yo, we made it. Yada yada. Yo, at the end of the day, listen, the music industry is an evil industry. Everybody knows that. They put you in there and they suck you dry and they take your all your wealth. They take your name. They take your whole identity from you. Take
You
your
might
soul.
post your own YouTube videos going SoundCloud and bust.
Exactly. Even from the old school, even back in the days with I remember I saw what's her name what's her name the one who sings through the fire. What's her name? What's her name?
With Kanye,
Through the fire.
what's her name, man? Fuck. Christy,
Shot.
man. What's her name,
Is
man?
it
Shaka
Shaka?
Khan.
Was
Shaka
it
Khan.
Shaka? No, no. I'm thinking. Okay, it's wrong person. I'm thinking Anita Baker. So
Yes.
I seen Anita Baker the other day. She was complaining about well, this was several
Royalties.
months. Yeah, her royalties, exactly, how the label wasn't paying her royalties. And they had an agreement after 25 years, she would get her royalties and I think her masters after 25 years. So it took 25 years just for her to own her music back. But this is the
Yo,
kind of contract that she
but but
signed.
but that's
She
her
ended up,
fault because she signed.
that's her,
Exactly, it's her fault. This
exactly.
one, I seen a video on Vlad. What's his name? The guy who made the Lion King, who sing the hottest song in the Lion King. When the Lion King first came out, the man said, "Yo, they offered him 10 million." He said, "Yo," he went and talked to his mom. His mom said, "If they're gonna offer you 10 million just off the bat, how much money are you really gonna make?" Literally, no, they make billions of dollars off it. The man said, "I don't want no 10 million. Give me 100K, but I want paid royalties for the rest of my life." The man to this day, Maliki came out in 1992, 91.
Yeah,
To this day, 2022, to going forward, he's gonna get paid off it. Whether they make a liking toy, a merchandise, a song, he gets paid off royalties. But if he
that's
if
my
he
guy.
took that 10 million, bro, he would have been done. He got more than 10 million just by taking royalties to this day.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's true. And yo, the masters as well. Owning the masters is very important. But a lot of artists are selling their masters now because, yo, remember when you make
They
all
need
them,
money. They need
they need the
money.
money. And then remember too, taxes as well. So if you sell your masters for 100 million, a lot of them are selling it for 100 million. They won't even see 100 million in their lifetime from their masters.
Because they're
So they're
not paying
just
their taxes, yo. They
no,
have
it's not. No,
taxes
no,
over
no,
the
no,
roof.
no, no, no. It's not the tax. If you live in New York or California, or those are high tax states, so you got to pay state tax and then you got to pay federal tax.
But this is
So
why you gotta learn
if
the
you get
loopholes.
if you get $1 million a year, if you're not getting $1 million from masters
Hell
in
no.
royalties a year. You're not
Hell
getting
no.
that much. But
If you make 100K a year as a man right now working on 9 to 5, you're not getting 100K cash.
no, no, I'm talking about
You
masters
probably
and
get like
royalties.
50K cash.
No, no. Listen, I'm speaking about masters and royalties. So say you make your masters.
Regardless, everything is taxed, but I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, so they give you the check every month or every 4 months or every 3 months or whatever. So the check comes in the mail, right? But you're not going to see that much money. You're not going to see 100 million. So a lot of them are like, let me just sell my masters,
Probably
and
getting half of that.
a lot of people are like, oh, but my kids. But the problem is, a lot of the kids. What happens is a
Because they're
lot of
spending money, they're buying houses, they're buying
no,
cars,
no,
taking
no.
care of
It's not even.
family.
No, no. It's not even that, yo, fams. Basically, the kids. They're like, okay, let me get my masters of royalties. So they sometimes they'll be, I'm going to pass it down to my children. But what
All of that.
happens is, but what happens is, a lot of people talk about generational wealth and passing down. What happens is, a lot of the kids end up selling the masters of royalties to these
Yes.
labels or to these other people
Yes.
because they need the money
Yes.
because they're not making enough money from it, or they can make
Because they
they
live
could
a too luxury lifestyle.
that's one component, but also they want the money because they'll be like, okay, we'll give you $25 million for this, and then they're not looking at the long term.
long term.
You have to understand when you get masters and royalties, artists need to understand because I researched this. When you get your masters and royalties, what you have to do is you have to take your masters and royalties and you have to put it in your portfolio with your other investments that will accumulate wealth over the years. So that's what a lot of these other companies do. So like the toy company went and bought at one point Death Row's masters, right? And royalties. So they own the masters from Death Row. So all the money that Death Row makes, that company will go and they'll make all the profits from it. I think some other Japanese companies and all these other companies own a lot of masters and royalties from other artists and stuff like that. So what you have to do is basically a lot of people talk about generational wealth and passing it down to your kids, but the reality is they say by the third generation all the wealth is gone unless you're the Rockefellers or the Rothschilds or the certain families that understand generational wealth and have it invested in, and then they have a lot of other big things as well, like architect, uh, artifacts, um, certain history pieces, certain oil companies they invested into, or certain this or that. They have a wide variety in their portfolio. Those families continue to have like a billion, two, three, four, $25 billion a year, or $100 billion a year in their family lineage. Where the average person by the third generation, that wealth is gone. You see what I'm saying? They're not able to maintain that. So a
But
lot of
this is
people.
why I always tell black people, always invest, always do your
No, the
teach to
reality
your
is,
children though.
even if you teach your children that, the reality is it has to be passed down through the key component is even educating your kids isn't going to, because your next kids, your kids, are they going to be able to be educated as well? Are they, even if you look, if you buy the most expensive real estate in Manhattan, if you don't pay property tax, that real estate that or the property in Manhattan is going to be seized from you. So you got to understand those concepts as well too. So what
Yes.
happens is a lot of times 3, 4 generations down the line, people don't pay the property tax. They'll be sitting on certain types of properties. There's no rent, there's no bills. But
That's why I always say I hate the school curriculum. They don't teach us finance. They teach us bullshit. You should teach the finance so when this shit happens, when you have these investments, you could build off of them. You could
the
save
reality
it.
is though, fams,
Even if you don't have them,
it's not
like
the school system though, bro. It's your parents. Your parents are supposed to educate the kids. Don't expect the
but
school system. The
you're,
school
you're
system,
right. But suppose parents don't know. Who's gonna
that
teach them?
the parents have to know. That's the problem. The
Well,
parents have to.
how they're gonna know if the school curriculum didn't teach them, if no one taught them, if their parents didn't taught them? How they're gonna know if they
Bro,
didn't do that
you
investment?
don't, but you don't learn investments in school. You learn ABCDs and you learn mathematics and you learn your.
Exactly,
That's what
I
you learn in
agree.
school.
But this is why I say they should teach that in the school instead of teaching other shit, and that will help build the
This the
economy.
schools. The reality is, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now. Depending on where you live and depending on the curriculum, the school system you grew up. If you grew up in private school and you grew up in like a private school in like Forest Hill or some one of those wealthy affluent areas, your parents will teach you that stuff. It depends who you are and where you're from. It's up to the parents to educate the
I
kids,
agree.
bro.
I agree.
Because if you go to Forest Hill, that's some of the most expensive real estate in North America. And on top of that, too, some of the most wealthiest people come from all the people that come from that area for the last 100 years are some of the
Yo,
most wealthiest people.
I did a study. I'm like, yo, why don't they show people financial stuff, how to do business? Because the average person can't do business, can't understand the financial stuff. So they have to do the average thing that everybody will understand and then go learn could make a living. Even though that limit might not
Exactly.
make a living for you. So I get
Exactly.
it. So I get
Exactly.
it.
So if you want, the reality is, as a parent, yo, you know it, you understand it. You got to teach your kids it. That's all you got to do. That's all you can do. You did that. You did your job. You see what I'm saying? You did your job.
Facts.
That's all. You can't depend on others to educate your people. You have to educate your own people. You see what I'm saying? That's what the Jewish people did. Cause yo, bro, I'm telling you right now,
That's
like
what they did. That's why they have their own culture.
exactly. If you go to, like I said, if you go to Forest Hill, they have some of the most expensive real estate in North America. Go to the private schools around there. Oh, there's all these Jewish schools and all these schools in those areas over there.
In the whole of Toronto,
Exactly.
GTA.
Exactly. And they're not sending their kids to public school. They're sending their kids to school where
Never.
they have to pay twenty thousand
Never.
dollars a year. You see what I'm
Never.
saying? 20 to thirty
Before
thousand.
before Brownie was gone.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. So understand that if you can do that, you'll be all right, bro. That's all. That's all the key component. They're not send their kids to public school because if they send their kids to public school, their kids aren't going to get the education, the curriculum that they want
But
their kids to get.
how can the people get this message? How can the new millennium get this message?
Bro, it's either they get it or they don't get it, bro. Like the reality is, bro.
So it's
Either
doggy work,
yeah,
doggy
but
dog work.
bro, I'm gonna tell you right now. Even from what I've heard, from what I've gotten, I've heard a lot of kids nowadays are becoming more and more financial literacy, becoming more financially literate with education because nowadays things are changing. It's not the same curriculum
Because
that.
it's too expensive. They're like, how am I gonna do this and I can't afford this?
No, no. What happens is actually kids are making more money earlier now with
Because
technology, with
everything's going up
technology.
and they're going to certain fields. Yes.
No, no, no. It's not even the fields they're going into. You're hearing kids at 13 years old. The other day I was looking into some stuff. They said kids at 13 years old are learning how to code. Kids at 13 years old are mining Ethereum. Kids at 13
Yo,
years old are doing
yo,
all types of stuff.
I learned to code at 22.
Yeah,
22 years old. You tell me
mhm.
13.
Yeah, that's what's going
Jeez.
on. 13 years old kids are coding at 13, 12, and they're learning how to mine Ethereum. I seen kids are mining Ethereum years old at 12 years old, 11 with their gaming laptops. So these kids are becoming more and more advanced. So they're able to make money at an earlier age. They're on Twitch. They're streaming on Twitch. So these kids are educating themselves. That's why I tell you, Bad Baby is 19 years old making $50 million a year. In the next 10 years, there's going to be a girl who's younger than Bad Baby who's making two, 300, $400 million a year. It's only a
Facts.
matter of time. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So as the technology becomes more advanced and people's brains start to become more and more wired to technology, more and more things will change. So that's why I'm not really worried about exactly this and that. A lot of that old stuff, that old way of thinking, that shit is going to be gone and obsolete. It's a new way of thinking. You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
Yeah.
No,
Hmm.
it's true. It's true to an extent, man. But remember, Bad Baby is not intelligent. She's young, but she's not smart.
Oh no, no,
She's
fams.
just she's not smart at all.
If Bad Baby told me something, I would sit down and listen. You know why? Because she's done something
Why?
I've never.
No, no, I
She's
disagree with that. I
she's
disagree with
listen.
that. There's nothing that
Let me
Bad
tell you
Baby
something,
can tell me that I
I'm
would
a
agree with.
50-50.
What
bro.
it, what is she to tell me that I agree with?
Bad to you, not, but to
Please
me,
give me an
if
example. What can she tell
if
you
if
that you
if
know
bad,
as a
let me tell you
30 odd
something.
year
Let me
old
tell you something.
man that
Let me tell you something.
that she could tell you? Just give me one
Fams,
thing. What can she tell you?
she's done something that no one in my family has
She's
ever done.
talentless though. She has no
No, no, no,
talent.
no, fams. Listen to what I'm saying.
No,
She's
no, no,
done
no, no, no,
something.
no, 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 no.
Let me
She has
finish.
no talent.
Let me
She has
finish.
zero talent.
Yo, listen, you don't need to have talent. You just need to have a great work ethic
Oh,
and work hard. Hard work beats talent any day of the week. I know a lot of
so
talented
she has
people
hard work.
who can't make a dollar out of if you put them in front of a dollar. They couldn't get a dollar if you put them in front of a dollar. But then there's some people who work hard and who are precise and who are very ambitious and very hungry and they're motivated, self-sufficient. They'll go out there and make $50 million. A person like her, if she told me, "Yo, I can show you how to make $50 million," I'm gonna sit down there and be quiet and I'm gonna listen to her, even at
What if
night.
this
I'm
was
like,
edited?
She
What if,
wouldn't though.
okay, but let me ask you this. What would you say if this was edited, this picture? What if she just put this out there to just get everybody thinking that she made money, but this is
no, no,
just
no, no.
Photoshop?
OnlyFans. I've read reports. OnlyFans. There was many media outrages. Mainstream media was reporting on this. There was several media. That she was. It was reported. OnlyFans had to give out their reports,
So
and she was
what
the
if this
top
was
earner.
just fake? What if
No,
all
no,
this
no, no.
stuff is just fake?
It wasn't because she bought a house in Boca Raton, and the real estate agent
But
said she paid $6 million in cash for it.
oh,
And
but
one,
she got 50, but she's paying 6. What if we
no,
start
no,
to
no,
do
no.
a deep dive into her
Okay,
actual
listen, listen,
portfolio?
listen. You could
Like what?
question it. You could
Yeah, that's what I'm
question it
saying.
if you
I
want.
would question
No,
it. I would
you
question it. I
you
would
can
question
question
it.
if you
If I
want,
were
but
you, I would also question it too.
listen here.
I would
You
question anything that gets put in front of my face, in front of my eyes.
listen,
I would
listen. You can
question it. That's all
hate.
I'm saying.
There's
No, 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 no. See,
question
now you're
and
taking
then
it
there's
somewhere
hate.
else.
No, no, no,
Now
no.
you're
There's
taking it
question.
somewhere else. I never
There's
said hate.
question. No, no. You're
I'm just
hating. You
questioning
can
it.
but
You
listen,
can
Yeah,
debate. No, you're
weird.
open to debate. This is
listen,
planet Earth. If you
listen.
have 2 ears and an eye
When
and 2 eyes,
billboards,
you can debate. You can
when
debate if you
billboards.
like.
I'm
I'm
not
just
here to
saying.
debate. Listen,
I'm
listen. Let me
just
speak.
saying. I'm just saying.
I'm I'm not
Bro,
here
I'm
to
listening.
debate
You
the
don't have to tell me
facts.
to listen. I'm
No, no.
listening. I've been
Okay,
hearing
so let
everything
me
that you've been
finish what I'm saying.
saying.
Let me finish
Fam,
what
You
I'm
was
saying.
listening. I'm
Let
gonna
me
you've
leave.
been
finish.
I've
Okay,
been listening. We've
I'm not
all
done,
been
but
listening.
I'm
Let
not
somebody
done.
okay, go on, go on,
Okay,
go on.
I'm not done.
You're
Fams,
not done. Go on, go on.
if Billboards is reporting it, if TMZ is reporting it, if Complex is reporting it, if Daily Mail is reporting it, if The Sun is reporting it, they're all reporting the same thing. If OnlyFans had to pull up their sheets and pull up the highest earner in the OnlyFans space, and they had to report. You know when companies do their daily reports, if you know quarter two, Google, Microsoft, all those companies had to pull out the reports, so everyone is able to see how much money the companies made for the year. So first quarter two for that quarter. So they have to pull up their balance sheets. OnlyFans pulled up their sheets, and Bad Baby was recorded the highest earner under their sheets. So if they're pulling that out, what does that tell you? Listen, I'm not here to sit down here and hate on her. I'm not a fan of her music, but at the end of the day, the one thing I could sit down here and respect is somebody's work ethic and the fact I may not even agree with what the hell they do. Listen, not every dollar is a good dollar, but I might not agree with what she does. But the one thing I could give her props for is the fact that she was able to accomplish something that the average person cannot accomplish, and that is make $50 million within a 12-month calendar cycle. You see what I'm saying? In cash. That's all. I'm not hating on her. I'm not gonna sit on here and knock on a 19-year-old girl or whatever. I'm not sitting on here and trying to be sexist or anything like that. But she did something that the average person cannot do.
I mean, once again, I'll go back to what I said earlier. I personally find an issue with somebody commending all this respect for taking off their clothes on a website and earning a lot of money. To me, that's as you said, not all good money, not all money is clean money. Like you're selling your soul to an extent, right? What people don't do a lot of these days, they don't look at it from their perspective, like their family's perspective. Like, would you want your sister? Would you want your aunt? Would you want your family member stripping and making money on OnlyFans? Right. And I think that's why society right now is circling the toilet, right? Because a lot of people just don't care. All they care about is money, 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 money. They don't think about that there's like there's somebody out there right now, right? There's an all seer right now that knows every single hair in your body, that knows your expiration date, right? So all this money, all this can be taken away from you in a second, right? It can all just go, it can all just vanish, it can all just disappear, right? So what is the price of your soul? Like, would you want your daughter to be on OnlyFans, like stripping naked and just to say, oh, I made $1 million. Oh, I made $50 million in a year. Like, some people find respect in that, but a lot of people, and I think even Redbone said, like, what's the price of your soul, man? Honestly,
But I
I don't
still
know
have to
about that,
counter.
man.
I still have to counter that because suppose she be like, "Well, yo, what are you doing? You could just barely make us live. You take care of a
I don't
family.
know.
You
At least,
take
at least,
care
at least I have
Okay,
my dignity. Like,
and
what's the price to your
you,
dignity? What's the price to your dignity? If that was the case, why don't we all just go, like, go? You know what I
but you
mean? Go,
can't
go
though. You
make
can't
spicy
do it though.
content.
But
But,
you
but I,
can't though.
but I have a soul. I have something inside me that would not allow me to do that. And I think we all have souls, right? Or else, why don't we all just go on OnlyFans right now as we speak, sign up, and start making spicy content and try to make it and try to make money? We don't because we have
Yeah,
souls. We have
I
something
hear
no,
you
inside
no,
of
on
us
no.
that
that.
says
I
no.
I
hear
say
you
more.
on
You know what
that.
I
Say
mean?
Yeah.
Like,
more
no
to
matter how
her.
you want to take that capitalist mindset, right? You still have something inside you that says this is not right. And for her to make
Fams,
$50 million is cool and all, but it's not right. How she did it
fams,
is not right.
fams,
That's all I'm saying.
fams.
This can
Let
all
me
be
tell you
fake.
something. Let me tell you something. It's not right to you, but it's right to her, and that's all that matters. She doesn't. She doesn't. She might not subscribe to what you subscribe to. She's not harming anybody. She's not hurting anybody. All she's doing is making money. People want to give her money for exotic dancing. Exotic dancing is the oldest trade in the book. That shit started in Africa. Let's be real. So they've been doing that. People do that shit for free. They be out there dancing, doing all types of shit for free. So the fact that she does it, she doesn't remember you what you subscribe to. Not everybody subscribes to that, and you got to understand it. Only God can judge you. All you can do is be like, "Yo, just be safe out there. Take care of yourself. Make money for your family. Do what's best for you, but don't harm anybody. Don't hurt nobody." And that's all you can ask for. And let God judge you. That's it.
So she's not harming anybody.
No, who's she harming? She hasn't done anything to anybody. Physically, she hasn't touched anybody. Physically, she hasn't done anything.
Your family.
It's a, huh? Who her family works with her. Her mom and her mom works with her.
Well,
They all
I
work
hear what
together.
he's trying to say. Suppose it was your daughter. Would you be okay with that?
Yo, listen, I can only speak. She can only speak. Listen, regardless of what, that's her. That's her decision, not my decision. I didn't even know that was possible. She showed me something that was I never even thought of being possible. That's on her, bro.
So you don't
Straight
think
up.
she's
This
harming
guy's a
anybody?
millennial.
No,
This
but
guy's
she's
a
not. No,
millennial.
no. But according to, she's not harming anybody with
She's
like
not
this.
harming
What
anybody,
she's putting out, what she's the image or the what she's putting out is not harmful to anybody out here.
bro. There's
So,
been
so, so
the image
an
has been out.
influential mind sees Bad Bunny, right? An influential mind sees Bad Bunny, right? That influential mind can lead to the next Cubana Lust, right? So everything that you said earlier is kind of getting thrown out the door.
Cabana Lust got paid nothing to do what she was doing. Bad Baby's getting paid. She's getting paid money that nobody's even seen of, unheard of money.
Yeah,
That money
exactly.
is
Oh wow, doesn't that sound
unheard of,
familiar? Remember, Cabana Lust
unheard of.
was she. Remember,
She
Cabana
wasn't making
Lust
money.
at a
Keep in
point in
mind though,
time was a trendsetter too, right? And what did she
Cabana
end
Lust was
up
making the
being?
most
What
money
did
in
she
her
end
time.
up being? She ended up turning into a
Alcohol.
junkie. We could be
No,
looking at the next
she wasn't making the
junkie.
most money.
She wasn't
Yo,
making the
if
most
that's the
money, but
case,
she was a
yo,
trendsetter. She was a
if
trendsetter.
she,
That's all I'm trying
yo,
to say.
listen,
She was
listen.
ahead of her time. She was a trendsetter. What did it lead to? It led to her downfall, led to a spiral, and look where she's at now. So
That's her
out of
decision
the
though.
same
If
so
she
so
wants
what
to
are we
pick
trying
up
to say
drugs
now? What are we
when you're
trying to say now?
18,
This
no,
is a
bro,
telltale sign. What are
you
we trying
make
to say now?
decisions. At the
You
end of the
make
day, as an
decisions. So let's see
individual,
what she let's
you
okay, let's
make
see what
decisions.
happens to her. But I wouldn't advise based on the industry that we're talking about, right? Anybody that I know to get into it, right? Just for the sole base of getting money, right? She's making all this money now. Yeah, that's cool and all, right? But
But I told
what is this
what
gonna
she's
lead
doing
to?
with the
What is this gonna
what,
lead to? She's in the same
what
industry as Cabana Lust. What can this possibly
she's
lead to?
buying property. She's buying property in some of the most expensive place in the world where the average person cannot afford it. She bought a house. She's buying property, investment properties in Boca Raton. What is that telling you? She's using her money to go and put her money into other assets. Cabana Lust, I'm sure she was not buying property in Boca Raton. Listen, there's a different, remember, Bad Baby is a white girl. She is not a black girl. You see what I'm saying? A lot of these, remember, the black girls and the white girls, listen, they're on a different ball game. They're getting a different, they're different playing field. They and a lot of these girls get access to things that the average person can't get access to. Getting property in areas like that, investing your money in areas like that, tell me that she's doing something with her money. Kim Kardashian started a sex tape. Kim Kardashian did a sex tape. What did she do with that sex tape? She went and sold that sex tape to Vivid for $5 million. What did she do with that $5 million? She went and invested into her whole entire brand. What has she done with that brand? She's turned into $100 million brand. What does she do with that? What does Kim Kardashian and the Kardashian family do? They go out there and look how they use up people, etc., etc. Is Kim Kardashian doing sex tapes? Who's more influential? Who's more toxic in the environment in society today? Kim Kardashian or Bad Baby? But Kim Kardashian and what's her name, Kendall Jenner and the whole Jenner family and stuff like that, who are more toxic? But look at the investments these people do. If these people sat down there, listen, I may not agree with the lifestyle they do. I may not agree with their decision making. I may not even like their decision making. But if they sat down in a room with me and told me, hey, yo, I need to do this, I need to do that, so you can make this, that, and the third. When Kanye West said, I'm $13 million in debt, I am broke. I am broke right now. I don't have money. I'm in debt $13 million. What did Kim Kardashian do? She brought him to his accountant. And what happened? The accountant ended up finding about $70 million owed to Kanye West. Kanye West instantly became $70 million richer. That's what happens when you get around people with access and people with wealth, people who understand things. You may not just agree with their decision making. You may not even like them, but you can still make money with people you don't like. Trust me, in business, you're not going to like everybody. There's some people you're going to be assholes. You're not going to agree with them. You're going to even maybe not even like their personality. But the one thing is, you can still make money with those people, regardless of what they do. What they do in their personal life is what they do in their personal life. What you do in your personal life is what you do in your personal life. Some people may not agree with your personal life or what you do, but the reality is, you can all come to the agreement and sit down and actually conduct some sort of business and make money together. And that's all it boils down to. It's very simple.
Who's Kim Kardashian's dad again? Because bro,
No, no,
last
no,
time
no.
I
But
oh wow.
I don't
Oh
care
okay.
who her dad is.
Yeah,
Her dad
exactly. That's
doesn't
the
mean anything.
problem. There's not
She
all
made
like I mean, what
she
type of
trumped her father. She
yeah, man.
surpassed her father's
Oh
wealth.
man.
Listen. Stop
Oh
looking at
man.
things from
No,
the
no, no. I
standpoint
can
of
look at things how I
the
want to look at
family.
it. You can look at things how
No,
you want to look at it, right? But if again, as you said, taking your words, if we come to the agreement in terms of business, then everything's
That's the
fine, right?
shelter.
So
thank
I
you.
mean,
That's all it
that's
boils
okay,
down to.
right? Oh, okay. So I can look at it how
That's
I
all
want
it
to look
boils
at it,
down
right?
to.
That's fine. It's
Listen,
fine. So you can't tell me what to not look at. That's not really a
yo,
good
but
point to make after
yo.
you said what you
Some
said.
people look, but you're using her father. Her father. She's made
Yeah,
20
exactly. I
times.
don't agree with
She's
that. I
made
don't agree
five.
with
Her
that.
father wasn't a billionaire. Her father was not a billionaire. She's became a billionaire. She didn't make $1 billion off her father's name. She made $1 billion off of her name. Her name. Her
That's
father
Mm.
true.
didn't.
But
She
one
went
thing
out there and
give
got
her
the work
though,
done. How many
there's
rich
people
people?
that who are broke,
How many
and there's
rich kids
people who had
never
money and
surpassed
turned into
families?
millions. She's one of the people
Thank
who
you.
had money and turned into
No,
millions.
no,
I
no.
give her that.
She took $5 million. She was Ray J's
Yes.
stylist. And she took Ray J's a Z level celebrity. Ray J's stylist, and took $5 million and turned it into what she turned it into today from a sex tape. They both got paid 10 million bucks. They split 5 million each, and they turned it into what they turned it into today. I'm not here to knock anybody, bro. One thing about it is I'm looking at things from the economic standpoint. They're making paper because at the end of the day, they're making decisions that are capitalizing for their best interest, not my best interest, not your best. They don't care about me. They don't care about your best interest, but they only care about their best interest, and they're gonna do things for their best interest, and that's basically what it is.
Kim K piped
That's
her way to the top. I don't care what you say. She slept with every single person in the music industry to get where she is. So for you to sit down there and act like she's some type of astute business person, to me, it that doesn't make a lot of sense, bro.
fams.
She slept with
You
every single
What
person
about
in the
Kylie
music
Jenner?
industry.
What about
That
Kylie Jenner? What about
slept with
Kylie Jenner?
every living off her
Let's
sister's
talk about
name.
Kylie Chan. I
Slept
know
off
she's
every
to go to
slept with
her
every single person in
past
the music
30
industry and got
bags.
where she is.
Past
What
30
about
These are
Kanye
not
West?
talented
What
people. These
Kanye West?
people have zero talents. They make
What
money
about
off of
Kanye,
their body,
bro?
what's between their legs. That's how they're making money. There's no
So
business
if
astuteness to any of
okay,
these people. They
yo,
intro they
how is there no
introduced.
business astuteness if
It's not
ninety
her.
percent
She
of
got a
if
con.
nine
Ryan Seacrest produces that show that
oh my
she's been
gosh,
running for the last
dude,
almost 20 years. That's how she
you
keeps
work
her
with a
name in the
team though.
limelight.
You
That's how
don't
she
do
she
things by
hires
yourself.
TMZ reporters to come and shoot pictures of her. They set up all those
That's
shoots.
a part
Everything is
of her
staged.
brand. It's a part of
Everything
her
is
brand.
staged. It's all staged. It's not real.
It's a
That's some
part of her
fallacy. It's
brand.
a fallacy. It's not real. Her life is fake. Her life is fiction. Her face is fiction. Her body is fiction. It's not real. There's no talent there. I'm sorry. I don't agree with her. I don't like her lifestyle. I don't like it. I wouldn't want no money from her. I wouldn't want a dollar from her. I'm
Yo,
fine. I'll do it all my way.
why would you
I
want
wouldn't
a
want to make a
dollar
dollar
from
with her. I wouldn't want to make a dollar with her. I wouldn't partner with her. I would say that will go against my brand. And there's a lot of people out there who can make money by not partnering with someone like Kim Kardashian. And that's fine. It's planet Earth, like
yo,
you said. I can
listen
go to
here, listen
Brazil
here.
and get a
I have
bag.
a question. I have
I'll
a
go to
question. I
Brazil
have a
and find the
question.
next not find the next
Listen,
Kim Kardashian or
no,
somebody else.
listen here. I have a question though. I have a question. Yo, you said it's all a fallacy, right?
It's all a
E-
fallacy.
Everything you see on television is a fallacy. Your favorite musician, fallacy. Your
Yeah,
favorite
I agree
actress,
with that.
fallacy. Everything on TV is a fallacy. That's what you need to understand. Nothing is real on television. It's all entertainment. But in the entertainment industry, she knows how to maneuver and shake in those
She
industries.
slept with everybody. What is there maneuvering? She opens her
What
legs and she gets contracts. That's it. That's all it is.
bro,
That's
if
how it started. That's how
yo,
it's gonna end. That's
if
all
she
it is.
slept with everybody, that's so did the every single actress. She slept with
But
Stevie Hart,
that's
what's his name?
not talent.
Harvey
That's not
Weinstein or whatever.
real talent.
Harvey
That's not
Weinstein.
a talent. That's
Listen,
not something that
Laputa
you
Nyong'o.
can't put them
Is
on
Laputa
Harvey
what it
Weinstein.
is
sounds like. The way you're
is Laputa.
speaking about her, the way you're speaking about, maybe you should like have a little bit of
You can't
self-awareness right
listen
now.
here. Are you
Maybe
bro?
have
You're not. You're
a
yo
little ounce of
fams. Who's
self-awareness
your
right
favorite
now.
actress? Who's your favorite
Sound
actress?
like, and you keep interrupting.
Who's your
You
favorite
sound
actress?
like you are putting these actresses on a pedestal,
I'm
right?
not
And it
putting
doesn't
anyone.
but the way you
I'm not
speak
putting.
about them, the way you
No,
speak
no.
very
The
highly of
way.
these
Listen.
women, it makes it seems like you're putting them on a pedestal, and they don't deserve to be on a pedestal.
bro,
How?
bro,
Kim
bro.
Kardashian fucked their way to the top of the industry. Bad Baby, an 18-year-old, right? When she turned 19, had all these horny, troubled freaking people who God knows what is subscribing to this nonsense, buy her shit, and now she's a top earner. There's something, I don't know if you have, like, there's something that doesn't sit well with it, with that. You know what I mean?
You
That's
know what
just not
problem
right.
is, bro? The
That's
problem is,
dirty.
bro. The
And I
problem
don't
is, I
find these
get it.
people
I get it.
talented at all.
No, I
That's
get
all
it.
I'm trying to say.
The problem is, it's hurting your feelings. That's why you don't like that.
No,
It's
it's
hurting your
not
feelings.
feelings,
It's
man.
hurting. You're
Do you
not
have a
looking at
soul?
things. No, no,
Maybe
no,
your
no,
soul
no,
is evaporated from you,
no,
but
no.
my
Oh
soul,
my
something
gosh.
inside of me, deep down, says that that's wrong. That there's still a right and wrong. You know what I mean? Maybe you don't have
Dude, you're
maybe
not the
that
moral
evaporated
police,
from
though.
you.
You're not the moral
I'm
police,
not.
though.
I
You're not
know I'm
God.
not.
You're
I
not
know
God.
I'm
You're not
not.
God.
But
You
you're
can't
not. But
judge
you're.
anyone.
But you're not.
You're not the moral
But you're
police. You're
not.
not the
But you're
moral
not
police.
like the smartest man in the world either,
Listen,
right? You know what I'm
listen,
I'm not
saying? We're all
lying.
sitting
I
here
told
right
you.
now, so we all can
huh?
have our
Listen,
opinions.
listen, no,
At
no,
the
no.
end of
But
the day,
listen, nobody
nobody is
claimed to
right
be the.
and nobody is wrong in this
I never
situation.
listen.
It to me,
First,
I feel like, fam, I don't know why you keep trying to talk over people, bro. But yo, anyway, I just trying to say, in my from where I'm looking at it, I look at it from a moral standpoint. I don't think these people have any talent. I think these people are really just one sleeps their way to the top. The other one got lucky, and that's pretty much it. That's how I look at it.
all right, okay.
I
That's
I just don't
you
like
could
it. I just
listen.
don't like
You
how
could
they
look
made
at
their money.
things.
I don't like how they made their money. I just don't like it in that standpoint. And on the other side of it, you if you think this is it, then it is what it is. You know what I mean? I just
Listen.
personally wouldn't. That's just
All
not
I'm
me.
saying
That's
is
just
this.
not it
Listen
for
here.
me. That's all it
Listen
is.
here. Listen here. I'm not the moral police. Listen, I can't tell somebody how they can make their money. I'm not going to sit on here and judge anyone. All I'm trying to say is this: as as an individual, you need to sit down there and understand where the world is going. You may not agree with it. You may not agree about how people make their dollars, but the reality is people are going to make that money when you're gone or when you're alive, when you're here and when you're gone, and it's not going to change. But the reality is people subscribe to what these people do, and people are going to invest in what these people do. People are going to buy their products. People are going to invest in what they do. People are going to like what they do, regardless of whether you like it or not. So the reality is, Kim Kardashian, a bad baby, um, Paris Hilton, and all these other girls all around the world, people are invested in their lifestyle, and people are going to invest in what they are doing, men and female. So you can't knock any of that. Yo, somebody's just echoing. I think somebody's playing two times. Yeah, hello?
No, I don't hear it.
I hear echoing in the back. But anyways, like I was saying, people are going to invest into it. This is not my call. I understand you don't appreciate, you don't like that lifestyle, but people do. And you got to understand that. It's not your call, it's the society as a whole. Simple as that. And you may not agree with somebody, you may not like somebody. When look, all your favorite billionaires, the products you buy, if you're invested in Microsoft and all this other stuff, you know what those people were doing? Do you know what they were doing? They were going on the Jeffrey Espin Island. I don't subscribe to that, but I'm using a lot of their products. Your government was going to the Jeffrey Espin Island. Do you subscribe to that? You're all, that's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't subscribe to that. But if I have to go and do business with these people, I may have to conduct business with these people.
Yo,
Virgil Abloh was on the
the R.
Jeffrey
Kelly
Espin
got 30
Island.
years.
Virgil Abloh was on the Espin Island. Do I subscribe to that? Hmm? Some of these people go to the Bohemian Grove and all these other places. Do I subscribe to that? But I still listen to their product. I still mess with what they do. So I can't pick and choose who's this and who's that. They're all like that. And you know it and I know it. So who am I to sit down here and be
I
the
don't
righteous
know.
police?
I
No, no. Who
again, I
am I
don't
to
know.
be the
All is a very strong word. Like that's
are
seemingly
you
like
using
you know it
are you
all,
using
right? Do you know it
pull up
all? You don't know if every
the
single person
the court
was
case? Give me
on.
wait.
Yeah, but
The
those are
court case.
people. Okay, you can
Stop
pull up
being
all the
ignorant. Stop being
documents,
ignorant. Stop being
pull out
ignorant.
all the
Stop being ignorant.
documents you want, pull it all up. But when you say all,
See,
right? When you use the word all, that might be the wrong word to use in this context.
go look
Because
at
not all,
go.
not all Well, not all. What all? What is all? Every single.
Let's pull it up right
Every
now. Pull it up right
okay.
now.
If I
Pull it
were
up right now.
paranoid,
Pull it up right now.
you're
Pull it up
saying
right now.
all. You're
Pull
saying
it up.
all. You're saying
Pull
all, and
it
that's the
up.
wrong context to use the
Pull
word.
it
That's
up
all I'm
right now. Your
saying.
favorite artist, your favorite musician was at the SB Island. Your favorite musician was there. Your favorite musician was there. Pull it
Again,
up
you
right
said
now.
all. I
Pull
can
it.
name. I'm sure we
Pull
can
it.
both name artists that we
Your
both know.
Do you like
No, we
your
can.
favorite
I'm
musician?
sure we
Your
can
favorite
name
musician?
artists that we both know that weren't
So
at that particular
no, no,
island.
no,
So
no, no,
it's a
fams,
good
fams, fam.
try. Good
No,
try,
no, no,
right? It's a
fams.
good try.
What's your?
E for
I'm asking you
effort,
a
but
question. Is
you
your
said
favorite art?
all.
Who's your favorite artist? Who's your favorite
You said
artist?
all.
Who's your
Conway the
favorite
Machine.
artist?
Conway the Machine. Was he
No,
on
no,
Epstein
that's not your
Island?
favorite Mercedes.
Oh,
That's not
okay.
favorite.
There we go. There we go. So now you're telling me what I like and what I don't like. I'm
Do
telling
you
you who
like
my favorite
Kanye
artist
West? Do
is.
you like Kanye West? Do you like Kanye
Do I
West?
like Kanye West in
Do you
2022
like good
after
music?
seeing
Do
him
you like
sitting
good
at the
music?
side of the road? I don't know about that. He fell off, man. He fell off. Do I like
Him
him?
sit,
He fell
what,
off. He fell off.
him sitting at the side of a road means he fell off. He could just be
He
sitting
fell
down
off.
there,
What
maybe
happened?
just enjoying some
What do you
time.
mean? King Cudi, he lost it. You know what I mean? He's backing out of shows. He's walking on stage up mass at the BET Awards. Not feeling him no more. Fell off. Acting super weird. Not feeling him.
All right,
Nah.
fair
Bad
enough.
example. Nah. Nah.
All right, fair enough. But all I'm trying to
I'm
tell
good.
you is, if you use Microsoft, if you use any type of Apple product, Microsoft, all those people were there. Their names were there. So if you're using that, don't you can't be a righteous police. You can't be a righteous police and sit down here and pick and choose who you don't, who you're not gonna make. You take all that product, all that stuff that you're using, Apple, Android, Microsoft, take that stuff and throw it in the garbage because they're all dealing with the same. They're all in the same
So what?
cabal.
Steve
They're all in the
Steve
same
Jobs was
cabal.
there because Steve Jobs. Last time I checked,
Steve Jobs
he
doesn't
was
own
gone.
Microsoft. Steve Jobs doesn't
No,
own
you
Microsoft.
said
Steve Jobs doesn't own
Apple.
Microsoft.
You said
Yeah,
Apple. You said
Steve Jobs
Apple.
doesn't own
Steve Jobs
Steve
was
Jobs
there. He
doesn't
was
own
on the
Apple.
planes.
He doesn't own Apple. Come on, man, do your homework,
Who
man. He
owns
doesn't own
Apple?
Apple.
Apple is owned by one person.
Go
So that
look at
doesn't make
it.
sense. Apple is owned by one person.
Tim Cook is the CEO of Apple. Jesus Christ, man, and he was there.
The
Like, what do you?
CEO, the CEO. That means he holds the position. Is he the 51% shareholder of Apple?
There's a group of guys. Nobody. There's
That's what
not
I'm trying
one
to tell you.
shareholder.
There's a group of guys. What are you telling me right now? Like I don't know
There's a
this
group.
stuff. What are you trying to tell me? You just said there's a group of guys, right? They were
There's
all
a
there. They were all
yeah.
there. That's what I'm saying. You're moving the needle, bro. You're
No, I'm
moving
not
the
moving
needle.
the needle.
It started off with Bad Bunny and Kim Kardashian. Now we're
I'm
talking
just
about who's
telling
on the
you.
Jeffrey
No, but
Epstein
yo,
plane.
fams.
So I'm trying to say,
But
where are you going with
because
this?
yo, I'm going.
I was trying to say, I
I'm
like it.
going
I like
straight.
the moral. You can call me the moral police,
You're not the
ad
more police though,
hominem,
fams.
all these
You're
ad
funny.
hominem attacks. Yeah, I mean it's funny. It'll get you some chuckles in the crowd. I'm just trying to
Nobody's
say.
chuckling. Nobody's
I'm
chuckling.
just
Nobody's
trying
looking at
to
the crowd.
say. I'm trying to say that at the end of the day, I just don't agree with how these people make their money. I think it's
Yo,
unmoral,
bro.
and I think I just don't agree with it. It just sits.
Do
It
you
just
agree
rubs
with
me
the
the wrong
NBA?
way.
Do you
That's it.
agree how the
That's all I'm
NBA makes their
saying.
money? Do you agree how the NBA makes their money? Do you agree how the NBA makes their money with China and the back into China? Do you agree with? There's so many things. Yo, you can nitpick so many different things, bro.
But what's wrong
Like
with
you
that?
can
What's
nit.
wrong with nitpicking? What's wrong with
No,
that?
but that's what I'm
What's
trying
wrong
to
with why are
say.
you just gonna accept everything that comes your
No,
way?
but that's what I'm
What
trying to tell you.
that's what I'm
Bro,
trying to
you
say. I
live
can't
in a world. In a world, you live in a world. You can't. Yo, listen. There's so many things in this world you can't change. The only thing you can change and the only thing you control is what's around you and how you conduct yourself. Everything else is out of your control. So the reality is, you just have to, at certain times, you have to accept certain things. Or what you can do, you can go by an island and create a whole entire society over there. But if you're living on this society, there's rules and regulations, bro. And this is what it is.
all I'm
That's
saying
this.
is that I don't have to like Bad Bunny and or Kim
Nobody
Kardashian
said you have to like them.
way that they've made their money. That's all I'm saying. It
Where
doesn't
did I
have to
say you have to
morph.
like them?
It
But
doesn't
I'm
have to
questioning
morph into no, but you're
what
saying the
where
moral
do you
police and all this type of stuff, right?
no,
So
but I'm asking you a
I'm
question.
just
Where do you have to like
disagreeing with how they made their money, right? You can explode it into something totally different.
yo,
I just don't agree
nobody's
with how they made their money. That's all.
I understand that. If you don't agree with it, you don't agree with it. But it's not for us to sit down here and shame them
No
or go
shaming
after
them.
them and
They don't
attack
shame.
them.
You think they care? You think they care? They're
If you had a
shaming them. Whoa.
daughter,
Now
had
who's
a
being
daughter.
sensitive? Well, that's
No,
some
if you had a
sensitive
daughter,
talk.
no, but I'm just saying, I'm not doing that. I
No,
don't
but that
care,
was the
bro.
question. That's a valid question. So what? You can't be questioned now. That's a question. Would you want your daughter to do it? Yes or no?
Regardless of what, listen.
That's what I'm trying to say. You
Everybody.
can't
Yeah,
circle the wagon like this. You got to answer the question. You can't Yes or no? Would you want your daughter to be stripping on OnlyFans, right,
Yes or
and
no,
making
still.
$50 million? That's what it boils down to. Can you answer the question or not?
Bro, have you
I say
seen her
no.
OnlyFans though?
Just say
Have you seen her
yes.
OnlyFans? Is
Just
she
say
stripping
yes.
on there? Because
Just
I
say
haven't
yes.
even
Say you
seen
would
it. I
love your
don't know.
say you would like your
And
daughter is stripping on
I
OnlyFans and putting $50 million in your hands. Just
I
go all the
haven't
way
s-
with it. Why are you
I
sitting on the
haven't
fence?
I
Why are
don't
you
know if she's
sitting on the
stripping because
fence?
I don't
Go
even
all
know
the
what
way
she's
with
doing.
it. Go
I
all the
don't
way
know what
with
she's
it.
doing. I
Why
never
you
seen her
why
only.
you
All
backpedaling and
I know
backtracking?
is she made
Go
50
all the
million.
way.
I've
Say
Show me her
you would want
OnlyFans.
your daughter to have a sex tape with Ray J and make you $5 million.
She's
Just
not
say
selling
it.
a sex tape, so there's
Just
no
say.
sex tape,
Just
but they
Thank you.
show kids,
Oh, okay.
they
Sorry,
show an
Sir,
sorry.
ass,
have you
she's naked.
Technicalities. Let's add technicalities to it. Whatever you want to add. You're selling a sex tape to a porn company. Just say it. Just say you would like to do that, and
yo,
that's
bro,
it.
to
You can
each
go
their
about it.
own, man. I'm not,
But
yo,
no, no,
one
no.
thing
You're
is
sitting on the fence.
only
You're sitting
the
on the
most
fence, and
high
you're
knows, bro.
backtracking, and you're trying to move the
I'm not the
goalposts.
most high,
Just say
bro.
it. That's all.
I'm not the most
That's all.
high. I'm
No,
not
no,
here to
no, no.
judge. I'm not a
If someone's
saint.
confronting you with a question,
I'm
you
not a
should be.
saint. I'm
You
not a
sound like a
saint.
very smart, intelligent guy.
No, I'm not.
Be
Listen, like I said,
adequate.
I'm not the moral police.
Say it with your chest. I guess what they would say, right? Don't sit on the fence with it. Go all the way with it. That's all. That's all I'm saying. I say I don't like it. You say it's fine. So you would want your daughter. You sex tape is okay. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. We could end it
I'm
at
not
that.
saying he's saying it's fine, but
I never said
he
anything.
is saying
Yeah,
he
exactly.
didn't
That's the
say anything,
problem. You're not
but he
saying
did
anything. That's the
say,
problem. You're sitting
yo,
on the
she
fence. You're
making
on the
50
fence
mil.
with it. You
She
think
making
You
it'll
made
be
50
your
mil a
okay.
year.
yo.
You're saying that it's gonna be okay for someone else to do, but you wouldn't want your own daughter to do it. And that, like, how is that morally right?
Me, I
That's
wouldn't do
all I'm
it.
trying to
I would
say.
say, yo,
How is that morally
we're
right?
rock or rock.
Let
But
someone else do it. But if it came back to me,
put it
oh,
on
I'm
me.
not touching that. Oh, I'm not touching that. And no one sees a problem in that. Come on. Come on, man. Call it
Yo,
out.
like I said
That's all
before,
I'm saying.
all I said was, yo, if she sat down at the table with me, she told me about certain things that she can get done and how to make $50 million, I'm gonna sit down there and listen. That's it. I'm not sitting on here.
I'm trying to
I'm not
tell
here
Okay.
to
you.
shit on anybody. I know.
Focus
Okay.
on.
Like I said, I'm not gonna sit down here and shit on anybody. Go make your money the way
Yeah.
you want to make your money, yo.
Man,
Trust me,
tell a
dog.
girl open
That's
your
it.
legs, man.
At the end of the day,
We
only
need
God can
fast
judge.
life. We're seeing it slow.
Straight up, only God
All
can
right.
judge, bro. That's it.
Cool.
No, but I hear that. I hear both sides still. It's facts. It's facts. Me, I have no agree. Well, I agree with both sides. Like, yo, you sit down with me, tell me 50 stacks, 50
That's
billion.
it. I'm gonna sit down and
But
listen.
then the other side is like, come on, bro. Like, you're my daughter. Like, I don't want you to do that shit.
She's not my daughter, so I don't need to talk in hypothetical. I can talk in reality. If I had to go to a table and do talk about a deal or talk about how she made $50 million, I'm gonna sit down there and question. Listen, she's not my daughter. I don't need to talk about what my daughter would do. I just need to talk. If I'm just saying, if I
Well,
had
you
to go
had
to a deal,
all.
But it was hypothetically then.
that I like I said before,
That's
if
what he's
somebody,
This
asking.
a
whole thing's
business
It was
person,
hypothetical. This whole
hypothetical.
thing's hypothetical. But
if
you
a
can't just
business
take one part
person,
of it. This
if
is
a
all
business
hypothetical.
person, if a business person came up to me and say, "Yo, I made 50 million on OnlyFans," I'm gonna sit down there and listen. That's all I'm saying.
But the
I don't
man's
need to
asking if your daughter came up to you and
listen.
said,
That's hypothetical, man. That's like saying, "Oh, if the world was about to end tomorrow, what would
The
you do?"
whole
Like, my
thing is
nigga,
hypothetical. You can't pick and
bro.
choose when it's hypothetical. You can't
But
move the
yo,
needle like that. You
but
can't do that.
I've spoken to somebody who's made about $200 million before. I've actually sat down with somebody who made $200 million before.
man
So,
said
well, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
200 million.
Yes, yes. I've actually want to hear something funny. I actually, what's this guy's name? The what's this guy's name? You know the guy who owns Loblaws? You know Loblaws, the company?
Galen Weston.
Yes, though that guy, I was able to meet him. You see what I'm saying? At one point as well, because we were working on something with their building or whatever the hell it was, some architect or whatever with the unions and shit. So I understand when certain times you might have to go sit down and talk with certain types of people. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. So I understand the fact that, hey, if somebody was in the room and they're saying, hey, you want to meet, speak, you want an opportunity to learn about how I made this much money, cool. You can sit down and talk to them. Doesn't mean I agree with the hell they're doing. But all I'm trying to tell you is, yo, I'm not going to sit down here and shame them. I'm not going to sit down here and shit on them. That's all I'm saying. Start rolling my eyes when they talk. Start getting all uncomfortable and moving around and starting to put on a show. You see what I'm saying? It is what it is. If she made her money that way, she made her money that way. Nobody should not leave her alone. Let her be. Let God judge her at the end of the day. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say. You understand what I'm saying?
Even though it's your daughter,
Huh? Listen,
even
Bro,
if
and
it's
get
I'm
your
off the
daughter.
get
saying
off the
once
daughter
again,
tip, man. Get off the
my
daughter tip. What
all
she's done.
business is not good business because those people ain't sitting down with you. You know what I'm saying? Like reverse the roles. They're like some people have a moral compass, some people don't have a moral compass. You can still make money both ways. That's all I'm trying to say.
All
That's
and
it.
all I'm trying to say is you
That's
can
all I'm
sit
trying
down
to
and
say.
talk to whoever you want to. Listen, you can sit down here and talk to whoever
The
you want. I've
Pope
talked
was
to
just in
people.
town the other day. The Pope
And
was
who's the
just in
Pope?
town the
Is
other
he a
day.
more? He's not the moral police. Who's
But
he?
does he have
Who's the
money?
Pope?
Does he have money? Does he
He,
have
like I
money? A lot
said
of people are
before,
sitting down with him,
people
right?
sit down with
I
him. Let
wonder
them sit
why. What
down
does
with
he
him.
represent, right? They got money in the Vatican. The Vatican's its own state, right? Within a city, it's its own state,
He
right?
works for the. Remember, he works for the Vatican. He's just an
Okay,
employee
but
for the
but a lot of
Vatican.
people don't want to sit down with
He
him,
doesn't own the
right?
Vatican.
A lot of people, a lot, but he works for that particular entity. So if he comes up to you and he wants to sit down with you,
We can
knowing
have a
what's going
conversation.
on right
We
now
can
in the
have a
media and stuff like
conversation. I
that,
have no
you can have a
problem sitting down.
conversation. Okay,
Thank
no
you.
problem.
Exactly. That's all I'm trying to
No
say. It
problem.
doesn't matter.
But
That's
you
it.
know what he's gonna bring into this? God. He's gonna bring God into this,
So let him
right?
bring it in. Let him bring it
Oh,
in. He's not
okay.
God. Let him
Okay.
bring it
He's
in.
not. He's not. But he has a moral compass, and he has more money than all these people,
He's he's
technically.
he's
Or
he
his
he's
group. His group has more money than all these people, right?
he is not God,
So
bro. I
where
don't
does it
worship.
end?
I
Where
worship
does it
nothing in
end?
the flesh. I worship
All right.
nothing in the flesh.
All
I
right.
worship
Where does
nothing in
it
the
end?
flesh. He's
That's what
just
I'm
a
trying to
person.
say. Where does it
He's
end?
just a person. He's just a
Where does
person.
it end? All I'm trying to say is where does it end, right? And there has to be some type of line. Like I don't know. Maybe society is trending to that way where there's no lines, right? It's just do whatever you feel like, do what thou wilt. But I don't subscribe to that, and that's all I'm trying to say. Because I am a God fearing person. That's it. I know that this is not the end all be all. Everything right now you should be doing is to gain access to the kingdom ultimately, right? So me trying to sit down with people, I don't know. I think there's enough inside of my brain that I don't need to take meetings with everybody. That's all I'm saying. I'm not discounting my own power that I have upstairs to get to something done without having to sell myself to an extent. That's all it kind of comes down to for me personally. That's it. I'm not no moral nothing. I'm just trying to say I'm not the, you know what I mean, greatest person out there. I'm just trying to say that's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. So, anyways, yo, it's almost 4 o'clock. So yeah, on this now for 2.5, almost 2.5 hours. Yo, man. Anybody have any last thoughts? Cause it's about that.
Last thoughts is yo. Last thoughts is yo. Girls out there, definitely. You know what I mean. Definitely just make the best decisions. You see what I'm saying? Don't fall into peer pressure. Be calculated. Be educated. At the end of the day, listen. Nobody's bashing women here. Nobody's hating on women here. At the end of the day, you know my stance, ladies. At the end of the day, but yo, just be safe out here. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of people out here that are out here just basically ready to expose you to some sort of drugs or some sort of shit that you know what I mean. That's not in your best interest. And yo, this isn't no knock on Cabana Lust or anything like that or Bad Baby. Salute to Bad Baby. You know what I mean? Like salute to Cabana Lust. Hopefully she gets the help that she needs. And yeah, I mean at the end of the day, yo, be careful out here and make the best decisions for yourself and your family. That's all.
Cool, cool, cool. I agree, man. Any last thoughts? Rocksteady? Rocksteady, you there? Oh, you're on mute. All right. I'm just gonna say, end of the day, Cabana Lust. Hopefully she gets the help that she can get. Hopefully her spirit finds some type of cleansing and rejuvenation. It sounds like she's been through a lot, and it sounds like she definitely needs some type of healing and all that type of stuff, right? So hopefully she can find some solace. And yeah, Bad Baby, obviously, like I already subscribe to what you do, but I mean, in the day, as long as you're supporting your family, by all means, I guess that's fine. But like, I wouldn't want my daughter to look up to you in any type of way. And yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Yo,
Yeah.
I mean, all I would say is like, shout out to L Selector, shout out to Mariah Wave. You already know what the time it is. At the end of the day, I wouldn't want my daughter to do that, but hey, this diamond age, this is the average, this is the normal. These sort of girls get money. They get money like that, so be it. But like, it's not longevity. Like, you could get money for 1, 2, 3 years, but over the next 10, over the next 20, are you can still have that money? You can still have the looks, but end of the day, yo, get how you get it, get your money. My dad won't need us to do it because I'll be getting money. Shout out to everybody holding it down, and just shout out to life.
All
Peace.
right, we out, man. Shouts to Redbone
Um,
88 as well too. Shouts to everybody who pulled up, man. And like, comment, subscribe if you made it this far. We still have a couple people in the building, so shouts to y'all. If there's nobody else jumping in, then we gonna jump out and we out. Peace.